I'm trying to raid you, boy. Are you streaming?
Yep, it's going.
Oh, okay.
It
Great.
says in chat that 10 showed up, so
Oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna end my stream then.
hopefully that means it's working.
Yeah. Okay. So here we are, another Sunday. Continuing the adventure. It's been a very full day of tabletop. So I'm only satiated. I'm only satiated by the death of hundreds of NPCs and one old man. So hopefully that's enough. We don't have to make this a terrible bloodbath of a session. No, it's a terrible thing to say. Matt Mercer would be so ashamed of me right now. All right, so let's jump into it with a factspiration question. Right. 484. Number 49. This is related to your appearance. What does your character look like when they are happy? That's a nice. That's a nice question.
Poor Oren, he doesn't know how to answer this.
Wow. Okay,
no,
rude.
he's found happiness with his chariot.
Just look at him when he's riding his chariot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him when he's on his chariot.
Hey, don't steal his answer. He's got a chance here. He's got a chance here. All right, so this is what are we at? D10 still? We haven't hit level 15, have we? No, we haven't hit level 15. All right. One more. Are you threatening me? That's fine. That's fine. At this point, everything's broken anyways, so a couple more levels ain't gonna make a difference. All right. While you ruminate on that question, does anybody for a recap spiration want to sum up what happened last week? It was kind of a doozy of plot reveals and terrible, terrible circumstances. If you are interested, roll a d20 into chat.
Man, I'm trying to remember the questions now.
We asked about Prometheus, how to survive, or how to steal divinity, or what he taught.
Yeah, and then how to survive once you've got it.
Yeah, and then he asked us if we would take divinity, how we feel about, I guess, things. And what was the last one? The last one was the kicker. I forget what it was.
Simo asked about Prometheus.
No, what did
his last question? Oh, what type of divine being would we be?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think it was. Would you have mercy for Sidon? What kind of god would you be? And then,
yeah, what the fuck was up with all you guys saying yes? You'd have mercy. Fuck you. No.
Dang. Hey, are you? Listen. If you're still wound up.
Listen, I didn't say I would have mercy for him.
I just want to throw it out there. If you're still a little wound up from this morning's game, I understand if you just want to sit this one out. It was a very emotional game this morning, and you guys should bear a lot of Catholic guilt. I'm just saying, you should bear a lot of Catholic guilt for what happened.
Hey, just be practical.
Man. Okay, so anybody? You got a 4 from Maya? Going once? Going twice? Maya, tell us what happened.
All right. Previously on Mythic Odysseys, we find ourselves at Helios's garden, getting ready to have a dinner and discuss many different things. Our main goal was to ask for the key to Skyhold after completing the task of taking care of Midas and the gem from the Kraken. With that task completed, he did a deal. He did honored his deal and gave Corinna the key to Skyhold, considering it's her legacy. With that, we had dinner and discussed a few things. Helios had had some questions for us now that the Pact of Peace has ended, and just wanted to kind of satiate his curiosity. He offered to answer 3 questions in return, and so we took him up on the offer. He went first and asked us, okay, what was the first question now? Any help? First question. What was the first question?
First question. I think that was what sort of god would you be?
It was Mercy.
Well, I guess yeah, because we knew.
Mercy
No, that was like
Poseidon
the
was
second
second.
question.
I think that was the second one.
I think Mercy was his last one, wasn't it?
Mercy was his last one. Godhood was his second one. I'm trying to remember what his first one was.
Oh, how did you feel about the reveal of the God's
yes.
true divinity?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he asked us about that, and most of our answers, Sibo, he said he already knew. He just couldn't say anything about it. The rest of us had some type of, I guess, a bit of a relief that we understood that makes more sense. Like things make sense now. But for the most part, a lot of us were surprised. So our first question was how was divinity stolen? He was one who taught, from what we learned from no, what was his name? Aristonar?
Aristonar? Narcissus? Okay.
Yeah, Narcissus. From what we learned from Narcissus / Aristonar is that apparently Helios taught Mitros how to steal divinity, and so we asked him, and he told us that in this world, I guess there's like many different worlds. They all have rules, and this world sits kind of outside of it, and the only rules here are the rules that Thylea has made. And so in this area, all divinity stems from Thylea, and apparently she gives it out to who she needs because she doesn't want the burden. And that burden has fallen on to the Titans, but the Titans were able to just, because it's not the divinity is never no one's original divinity. It could just be switched out and changed.
Whoa! It's Thylea's original divinity.
Well, yes. Other than Thylea, everybody's divinity is not theirs. It's a gift from Thylea, and so because it was a gift, it could be traded out and given, willingly and unwillingly. And so, with that, we learned. And so, continuing our dinner, his second question was asking us what would we do if we were given the power of divinity? What type of divine being we would be? Some of us said that we shouldn't be divine beings. No one should be. And other of us, I was not exactly sure how I would be. Neither was Julian. It did spark a question of what happens if you split divinity towards everybody, and everybody became responsible for it, holding it, which is something that is on our minds. Second question was, would we give? Our second question was about how to survive if someone was given divinity. From what we learned is that having divinity is costly. It drains your mortal form, and a mortal with divinity will not last very long. Considering Andronicos' predicament, we were curious about if there's a way to survive divinity. I believe his answer, I remember what his answer was now. I think his answer was needing to feed or replenish yourself to maintain it so that you don't waste away. So that's something we need to start figuring out as well. And then so we he asked his last question, which would we give Sidon mercy, considering everything that's gone through. Some of us, this is one thing that it seems that the Heroes of Prophecy are a little bit divided on, but I think with how we've worked out so far, I think we can come to consensus at some point. But some of us feel like, no, there's no way we'll give him mercy. Others says that if it came to it, possibly. But we won't really know until we get there. Which was our last question. Sibo came out of nowhere and asked a question about a person named Prometheus. And we learned that apparently Thylea made friends with a traveler from some other world, from outside of Thylea, and who apparently had their own divinity, a different type of divinity, something that's not related to Thylea. When that was discovered, through betrayal from, I believe, Sidon, because Thylea and this Prometheus person had a relationship that Sidon did not approve. Kentamane was made aware, and in terms of to avoid getting retribution for herself, she threw Prometheus to the wolves, so to speak. And Prometheus and any other divine being that came over with Prometheus was cast down and locked up somewhere deep at the bottom of the ocean. So now we know that there are other divine beings here that do not have divinity from Thylea. And with the way divinity works here, that might be something to consider. With that ended, we continued our dinner, and this from there left Helios's island in order to head back to Mitros. Once we, aligned the Antikytherian to head to Mitros, we found out that Sidon has made it almost very difficult for us to get to Mitros, knowing that this is the final battle, the battle that will be the fate of Mitros. And so, with the 5-day difference, we decided to try and make our way to Skyhold, figuring out a way to get there and get back to Mitros in time to at least try and save some of it.
Oof. Man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, okay. Go ahead and take your recap inspiration. And then is anybody wanting to answer the question?
Hey.
Gosh darn it. Wasted these 20s.
Alrighty. Let's see. Nat 20 on Julian going once. Going twice. Julian and Mitros, you may ask the question, what do you look like when you are happy?
I look like, I guess when you first met me, yes, just like that. Self-assured and smug, no wrinkled brow, a very handsome look. I must admit of late that I'm getting, some crow's feet and some wrinkles on the forehead because it's been it's been awfully serious of late.
Yeah, I would say you've been through some shit in the last couple of months, weeks of this campaign.
In the last year.
Yeah. Oof. All right. You may ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC that you have met.
Guys, should I ask Orin?
Go for it.
If you want, if Orin's willing to answer.
If Orin is willing to answer, I would like to know what Orin looks like when he's happy. I think I have an idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Orin points to his ears.
No, that's not gonna work, bro.
Wait, he's AFK.
Oh, is he?
Oh shit! Sorry, dude. Well, if he comes back,
All right, he's back. He's back.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Oh,
back.
I took the dog out. All right.
that is important.
Let's see. Orin, when he's happy, I don't think he ever gets to the point where he's like a jubilant happy, but I think the closest he's gotten within the last couple of years is, a pleasant contentness where when he looks kind of you can tell when he's not stressed, I guess, when he's sitting in one place, when he's not feeling the need to fiddle with something or train, when he's just sitting next to his chariot, giving it a wax or washing it down, or just hanging out with Georgos or the rest of the five.
Oh, okay. But what's he look like? What's the...
Like physically,
Yeah.
I think he'd have like a fairly neutral expression on his face, maybe the slight hint of a grin. Maybe if you really watch him, you could see like a kind of a almost glint in his eyes as he sits amongst friends.
Aw. So is it like just a naturally quiet happiness, or is it a deliberately, or perhaps just learned cautious happiness?
I think he was already naturally quiet, reserved, and then going into the Maitreyan army, and then
Yeah, I think you've been through some shit as well. So yeah, could
kind of
see that.
kind of reinforced his already kind of reserved demeanor.
All right, fair enough. Julian, I will apply your Faxpiration. There's also a new Julian exclusive buff called the Adam S Armor mode that toggles on your invulnerabilities. Yeah. And you should have access to his character sheet. Now that he has stabilized a bit, he no longer has dangerous body. That is the only change that has been made from his original stat block, which is one of the most broken stat blocks I have ever seen. So congratulations, Papa, on your bundle of War Machine.
Hey,
All
I
right.
mean, a lot of patience and love and lucky points went into getting Adam S out of there. So
Fair enough. All right. So one quick Foundry announcement. You know that around these parts, we're fans of Valda's Spire of Secrets. Finally, after all these years, but before Jesus, remember to come back for the Christians. Valda's has been released for Foundry VTT. So it is installed. You can find stuff by using Quick Insert. And also the module tab should have a folder called Valda's Spire Secrets, and it's all in there, baby. So all those spells and class abilities that you've been making yourselves for the last 3 years, don't worry. Now you have official versions. Better late than never, I always say. So there you go. Yeah. And if you're curious about like it, I did like a virtual unboxing of it yesterday. It's pretty cool. They did a really good job with it. So if you're playing a gunslinger on Thursday night, might be worth making a fresh character sheet using the everything shiny and new and dragging over all your stuff you want to keep. But yeah, it's good stuff.
I
All
have
right.
Wednesday off. I may just do that.
All right. So let me put on some mysterious music, I guess, while you guys are making the final decision to activate the portal. Did you finish all of your stuff during the week, like your homework assignment?
We're ready to go.
All right, you're ready to go. So I don't even need to ask you. I'm just going to grab these minis and teleport you into the dungeon.
Quick
We've got a
question.
tree.
Quick question. With this has nothing to do with the homework assignment. This has
Okay,
everything to do with Adam.
Uh-huh.
So with Adam's mount mode,
He still counts as... Oh, yeah,
if I am using him as armor, if I'm inside Adam, can Sibo use the harness on the back to like piggyback along?
Unfortunately, the harness only pops out when he's in mount mode. He has very strict robot rules. Yep, his very strict robot rules.
No,
So he
I
has to follow.
respect that. I grew up on the
He is going to count
three
as a
laws of robotics.
creature as part of your team traveling around and stuff, so do keep that in mind. Even when you wear him as armor, just like Yorgos is still a person when he's used as armor. These guys are like, they're kind of like bros a little bit if you think about it.
Yorgos could suit up. You could suit up into Yorgos and then suit up into Adam S.
I would never get the smell out of the
Pushing
armor.
like
No.
a nesting doll.
Yeah, nesting doll.
Yeah, so in order to turn him into armor, you did have to turn off his flame body ability, but
That's
he is
okay.
still get this shit.
Pretty fucking dope.
He is healed by fire damage. Okay, like in the off chance that something does any damage to his 297 hit points, you could just heal it by dropping a fireball on him.
290.
Just 297.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that's it.
I think Sophia has more health than that.
He's just a CR18 adamantine golem. No big deal. No big deal. It's cool. So yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, you know how much I love artificers, guys. I had to reward them for favoritism, nepotism, but never narcissism. Oh,
I'm
wait,
multi-classing.
oh, I showed all the tokens. Nice. Oh wow, there's all of you. All right, so this is who's going. The 5 of you. Adam S, Zamrox and Chandris, Aristanar, Yala Titanborn, Corinna Phobos, Telemachus.
The cart.
So I
The card.
I made a
I don't know how to tell you
spreadsheet.
this without hurting your feelings. The card is an object, so
I made a
mean,
spreadsheet last week
They're still going.
during the end to calculate how many people, as long as you can get everyone around a tree,
yeah.
could move into a tree and move out of the way on the other side,
Uh-huh.
and it's like 60.
Okay. Who would sail the boat though?
Oh, boy, don't we have hundreds of people on our ship?
Yeah, it requires.
We have
hundreds of-
100.
It's the largest
Yeah, no,
battleship.
basically-
You guys thought it was the largest battleship until you saw that the Geigans had their own fleet, but it's the
No,
largest
like, all the
non-Geigen
crew
ship.
All the crew would stay. Whoever's
Uh-huh.
like piloting would stay.
So
Basically, it would just mean
leave
that
a
like,
bunch of
the B
basic
team.
bitches on a boat in the middle of nowhere and take all your B team people with you.
Yes.
No.
Wow.
I built
They're not gonna
autopilot.
get there in time. They're gonna
I
be
built
in the
an
middle of the ocean.
I built an autopilot. There's not a problem.
I mean, there's definitely a problem. This ship is going to be pretty vulnerable. But hey, listen, this sounds like you guys aren't decided that you want to go to Skyhold. Does that mean that you need a minute to? Do you want to present? Do you want Chandris to lend you his trifold, so that you can present your findings about the past through plants?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right. So as Corinna is about to hold the gem aloft, Chandris clears his throat. Zamrox sets up the easel. They unfold the trifold presentation, and then Chandris says, "Take it away, Andronikos."
Right. So, most of you aren't going to be able to make it to Mitros in time.
Okay.
And
standing right behind Andronikos, whispering in his ears, is the NPC that he's been attracted to ever since they showed up, and they're whispering sweet nothings into his ear, which are math information. Because I'm sorry, I don't think that your barbarian could have done this math. So, all right, but take it away.
It's actually SIBO.
just SIBO disguised self.
Bob and Sybil, he has 2 ear holes. So here you go. Okay.
Consultants.
All
right, so Andronikos wearing a business tie, but no other business wear, with SIBO on his left and Calculus on his right, using Zamrox's presentation equipment, is going to tell you guys why. What was it again, Andronikos? Take it away.
This is how many people we can get through transport via plants.
All right.
So if you all take a look at the board here, the X. Also, I just shared my screen with the spreadsheet. The X is the tree itself.
Okay.
The area around it is how many feet of movement it takes to go through the tree. It takes 5 feet to enter the portal. So that means that anyone with a base movement speed of 30 feet, we can have someone up to 25 feet away from the tree. They will go through. The 5 feet away people will go through, take the spot of the 25 feet people, and so on and so forth until all of these people have made it through one tree within one round.
Right.
And everyone's looking around saying, what the fuck does he mean 5 feet? Round? What is he talking about? 6 seconds? What? Anyway.
Some of them whisper, he sounds like Kyra now. In her absence, perhaps he's carrying on her legacy.
No, that's what divinity does.
Yeah.
Makes you a
this
big
is,
nerd.
This is what has come of my divinity.
Yeah, Andronicus, you actually see like a grid overlay on everything now.
Oh man.
Anyway, so it adds up to 60. You can get 60 people as long as you can surround.
You need to find a clearing that has a 5-foot diameter tree at the center and a clearance of like 25-foot radius on every side of it.
Correct.
So you wouldn't be able to do this on the Ultras. So you'd have to bring everybody to the shore for this.
That's true.
Not the Ultras, sorry, the Stormbreaker.
That was the plan, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, but so basically, obviously, we don't need to bring everybody, but like anybody that from the B team that we want to bring with us, I think technically we're able to. Through the raw way the spell works. There were a bunch of people online that were like, well, you could all squeeze and if everybody takes up 2 feet, and it's like, no, fuck you, that's not how the system works.
Wait a minute, did you make a Reddit post about this?
No.
Oh, okay.
I saw someone else's at one point, and that was what they were, and I was like, no, that's stupid. We're gonna do this completely wrong.
I'm transported back to high school Dungeons and Dragons right now. But continue.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay. All right. So Chandris nods, impressed. Because this is some big brain shit right here. Zamrock says, and it said basically, that he's saying, Andronicus, I had no idea you were such a Renaissance man.
Maya raises her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Says the tree has to be large.
I mean, the tree has like large. I thought it just had to be person size.
Chandra says, well, yes, Maya, we'd have to take all of the hopefuls that wish to transport back to Mitros ashore, find a tree of the specified size.
Get a couple more people in.
And then we have to clear the area. I believe one person at a time can enter. That's going to be my ruling. So your math is still correct.
Yeah. If anything, the tree being large
if
size.
If 2 people entered the portal at the same time, they would fuse together, but not in a cool Steven Universe
so
like
can we make that one
Dragon Ball Z way. Oh no, it's like that kobold from last year's Extra Life. That's what would happen. It'd be terrible. So
amazing.
Yeah. So that 125-foot line in the center for each of them will be 2, since this could be large. So you'll actually get a lot more people. Probably get 60, 70.
You can still only enter one person at a time. Would you really still be able to get that many people?
I mean, if I'm not saying we're going to do this, all I'm saying is, thought experiment. If you're in initiative and I hold it until the end, then and everybody ready to I press it and then walk through, then yes, you could do it, because I mean that's how 6 seconds. But I'm not saying we're gonna do.
Here's the thing.
It's just thought experiment.
I've allowed people to drop fucking whale on a fucking house, bro. So if you want to send your whole B team,
multiple people.
If you want to throw all your people into a tree portal, that's fine. You just got to tell me that's what you want to do. But know this, you are on a timer, you have only so many spell slots, and you're about to go to an unknown location to try and do God knows what. So
yeah, I don't know if we want to bring everybody on the B team to
I will also say this, that I am taking into consideration the survival rate of the Ultros with or without powerful people on it.
We also don't know what's going to happen to the Ultros while it's on its way to Mitros.
Which is actually probably okay, because we have to give it to Origi anyway.
No, but what I mean is Sidon might send something to attack it.
Boat's alive, bro.
What I'm saying is that the boat might get attacked on its way to Mitros because the Pact of Peace is ended, and now Sidon can just send whatever he wants after us.
Well, the boat should be. I mean, it can get attacked by sea creatures, but it should be alright for storms.
I mean, we got attacked by those ice elementals at one
Yeah.
time and almost destroyed the ship.
I think it's a good Orin says I think it's a good presentation. Really like the use of charts, but I think we should head to Skyhold and leave the Ultros in its best defensible position, and then we can return using magic and stop at an island or something if we want to go through with this. For now, we should leave.
I don't think. I think whatever's going to happen at Mitros is going to be resolved before the people on the boat get there. Like, I don't know what they'll be able to do to defend against something in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, by the way, is this presentation just to you guys and your B team plus calculus, or is this like in front of the whole like ship basically?
I guess that's up to Andronicus.
I mean, it's probably like on the deck of the ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it out there. Everybody, for the most part, on the B team does not want to miss the Battle of Mitros because one, they're all suicidal, and two, you know, this is what they signed up for. They don't want to be like remembered in history as people who are hanging out on a boat. So as you guys start poo-pooing this incredible mathematical genius and Andronikos and Sibo, there is definitely some discontent that they have a chance to fight alongside you, and you don't want them to go.
If I could send it.
I mean,
Put
yeah,
him in
like,
the tree.
legitimately, I don't know what any of them are going to be able to do on the boat.
to be fair, I want you all there, but the heretic Andronicus does not.
Sibo, don't throw
Andronicus,
out of the chariot. That's just not cool.
Andronicus, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, great! I'm real good at these, y'all.
I got guidance for you, or resistance, whatever.
Okay.
So
resistance. What do I add? A D4?
3d4.
All right.
Jesus Christ! There we go. Oh yeah!
Oh man!
Starting off so good.
So with seeing that you are dealing with some shit, Sibo lends you some of his strength, but it's happening more and more. There are voices in your head.
Oh, fuck! They don't have to pray to her specifically. They just pray to the spark.
You are unable to make heads or tails of all of the prayers you are receiving, but fortunately, thanks to Sibo, you're able to hold on to your sanity for a little bit longer.
Oh, jeez.
But you find yourself distracted. You have disadvantage to perception checks for now. And then, like in the movies, you know what I'm saying, where like they overlay like 1,000 people talking at once. Telemachus says, "Andronicus, are you all right? Hello, Andronicus." And you kind of snap back to yourself. Everyone loves your idea. They are preparing to leave.
That's good. That's good. Telemachus, did she ever confide in you how she dealt with the voices?
Oh, the prayers. She would cry a lot. All I could do was hold her.
This is gonna be rough.
Do you need me to hold you?
How is that going to play with the Sibo network too?
Oh man.
It's for now. He's receiving, not sending. So
I guess I meant in terms of like, is that going to distract him from us?
Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to be able to tell your messages from the insane amount of prayers that he is receiving, especially in these troubled times when people they need laughter and joy, and they need confidence, and they need creativity, and they need quick wits, and they need to run fast from danger, and they need to outsmart their enemies. Yeah, I mean it's an endless parade of petitions and prayers.
Okay, on that note,
Mm-hmm.
am I able? I mean, I guess for now I'm ignoring them more or less.
Well, that check was to see if you could make sense of any of them, but it's just so much noise to you right now. You're still, I mean, you know, you knew at the job, bro. It's like you inherited somebody else's job and their inbox has like 10,000 unread emails.
Hey, that's exactly what happened in my way.
All right. So, Maya, you would be approached by Moxena. Moxena would say, "My queen, I do not want
Yes.
to miss the battle. I want to fight by your side, but I have a duty to the ship. I have learned much as a captain, and I would not want to leave it in the hands of anyone less skilled than myself."
Understood. I wouldn't trust anybody else with the ship.
There is one other, perhaps even more skilled at seafaring than I. They want to go to the Battle of Mitros, but I ask that you order them to stay. I will need their help.
And who's that?
Smasher.
Okay.
It might be
Sure.
dangerous telling a Smasher he can't go to the battle. He's only been off the drink for so long.
My queen, I have no illusions that we will be safe with your absence. There will be battles aplenty to defend the ship. Please, this is all I ask of you.
I understand.
Besides, you are a druid. Can't you just, you know, there, just...
I didn't prepare speak with animals. I'm more of a plant druid, but okay.
She just stares at you, but she's, you know, you're the queen, so she keeps it together. But a couple of her snakeheads look at you like, does this bitch ever memorize the right spells? But they don't say that. They don't say that. And if they did, you wouldn't hear them because you didn't speak with animals. All right. So she steps back to give you access to Smasher. He and Crusher are practicing their fighting. Both of them are just reskins of Zangief, or that one bear guy from the Tekken. Or both. They're getting pretty rowdy over there. They're excited. Excited about battle.
Mm. Who do we know that speaks bear?
Yes, which Kuma is Japanese for bear, so the bear is named Bear. Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
And he's in love with a panda bear, and she don't love him back. It's hard times. It's hard
Yeah,
times.
a lot of fish smacking, you know.
Yeah. I made the listen, when you have ADHD, sometimes you accidentally watch the lore video, the 2-hour long lore video about Tekken, a game that you don't like, and you learn all about the Tekken.
There's some crazy lore in that
It's
game.
some crazy lore. It is, yeah. That family, they just need to euthanize that whole family. I'm sorry, they got problems. They're like they're like the Kardashians of the fighting game world. They're a mess. Just a mess. Oh my god. Anyways.
All right, who on the ship does speak bear?
I have no idea.
I think Smasher does.
We've always had Kyra do it, I think. Kyra was the only one that really translated. Andronikos, do you know how to speak bear now?
Does he have a swim speed?
The grizzly bear, right?
I might be
They
able
chase
to-
after salmon, don't they?
Don't you have the ritual?
The ritual what?
Me?
No, I thought Sibo had like every ritual.
No, I don't have that ritual, but I might be able to
Dang.
look into the SIBO network, right? Can't we communicate?
Nice.
Don't they have to have a language though for the Sibo network?
Oh, that's fair. Let me confirm.
Whoa, don't they speak bear?
Well, so we've been treating bear as a language this whole time.
Oh no, it definitely is a language. But let's see. You forge a telepathic link among 8 willing creatures, psychically linking them. Targets can communicate telepathically. Creatures with intelligence score or 2 or less aren't affected. So that'd be Crusher and Smasher.
You need to respect
Not
the
because
great
they're
old one warlock.
alcoholics or street fighters. It is because they are bears. That is
Alright.
why they are so dumb.
You're gonna have to polymorph Smasher into a giant eagle, and then
But if they did have intelligence, we could communicate. But unfortunately,
You're gonna have to respec into a great old one warlock real quick. So that
Man,
you
I
can-
did not think I was throwing the curveball of all curveballs here to ask if Smasher could stay on the fucking boat. Like,
I mean, we've always had somebody who could speak bear.
no,
Now
they
they're gone.
finally
You have to be that someone now, Maya. This
Fro-
is character
Are
development.
we willing to sleep a day for me?
from her
We do.
prison where she's being tortured nonstop. Kyra stops and smiles for a moment. One of the Furies says, "What are you smiling for?" And she says, "They finally understand my worth." And then the torture continues.
oh no.
I was half expecting her to be like,
And the
"You
sad part
wouldn't
with
get
rituals,
the
I have to have it
joke."
prepared to do. I'm not a wizard.
Yeah, I hate that for everything except wizard, you have to have the spell prepared to be able to do the ritual. Like that drives me crazy.
What?
Yeah, that's how it
Really?
is.
Man,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Only
Yeah,
wizards
it's super
can.
dumb. I think
Yeah.
that if you have it on your list, like you should be able to
Mm.
do that. There's not enough ritual spells.
Well, guys, Wizard's pretty underpowered, so it's kind of good that they get at least something nice. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyways.
Well, hold on.
I don't have it prepared.
we have
Yeah, because you have a
magic.
ritual book. Yeah. I mean, you could take a feat to get ritual caster and then have a book. Like, I'm just saying, it's a
I
good
did
thing.
take that feat as Kashara.
Yeah,
so
it's really
convinced
good.
people I was a
Yeah.
wizard longer.
Yeah, it gives you the book. That's the book is the thing that
Alright.
lets
Book
you
is
do
yeah,
without.
the book is the key.
We have Kred
Um,
give Smasher and Crusher a swim speed, and then
And then I can talk to them.
They have to have a natural swim speed.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
So close.
All right.
Okay, all right.
I've
So
got
just
the magic lamp.
all right,
We
so
can
somebody
we
polymorph
can,
him. Polymorph him into a turtle.
Okay,
One second.
okay.
One second. I think I might have an idea. Hold on one second.
All
I
right.
don't
Polymorph
think
him into
it
the.
says- I don't think it says they have to be a natural swim speed. I can communicate simple ideas to any beast, elemental, or monstrosity that has a swimming speed. It doesn't
Yeah.
say that it needs to be.
But 5e goes off of this incredible rule where I get to make all the rules. So I'm gonna say there has to be a natural speed. Yeah.
All right, we polymorph one of them into a giant
Maybe.
eagle, and then we link them up. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I get my
Giant
second
Eagles is
set
right.
of gills transplanted onto Smasher.
Oh my
then
god.
transplanted-
Yeah, that would work. That's allowed. Sure. I'm sure there's a Valdo spell that covers that. All right. It says here that bards, druids, rangers can all cast Speak with Animals.
What about Corinna? Does Corinna have speak with animals?
She's an arcane archer.
God damn it. I mean, good. Actually, no, that one's kind of trash too, but it sounds really cool though.
Oh, then Telemachus definitely has it because him and Kyra used to roleplay.
Hard.
Oh.
They used
Let me.
to,
I'm checking
used
this
to
list.
kill
I'm
a
checking.
talking bear.
Sadly, it says as a bard is not a prepared spellcaster, they have to be very choosy about what spells they take. He does not have Speak with Animals. I'm looking at his spell list right now.
Falana.
And hold on, let me check. Falana's spell
Who
book.
else we got? Was Hermione? Was she a bard too?
Yep.
Okay, I will check Hermione. Hold on.
Chandras.
Well, here's a
All of
question.
them
What
say
about,
the same thing. Kyra used to talk to the animals first.
is that what Nessa says, even though she's head of HR?
Nessa is technically a shaman, which is a homebrew type of.
I wish there was an
druid.
official like shaman class. Those are
Yes,
really-
she is.
Nessa can cast Speak with Animals.
Hey!
She has to as part of her job in case the animals have HR complaints. Oh man.
Julie
Oh,
knows
that-
this because he spent so much
Alright.
time in her
Then-
HR office.
That's my girl.
Once again,
And yeah,
the real MVP.
I'll get Nessa and let her and ask her if she can translate for me for
All right.
uh
So Nessa says, "Hey man, I know you carry like a lot of weight. I'm not much of a fighter, but I'll stay here if you want. But I also think that maybe like I could help out there too. What do you think?"
she's talking to Maya about this.
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, you're the one that went to get her.
Yeah, I think Maya will probably say, um, I feel like you probably be best used on the boat to make sure they have a safe journey. I don't know, your presence just makes things safer.
That's a little too exciting. All right, she says, "Okay, I'll stay here."
But I feel like you should be on the network with Sibo so that you can let us know if anything happens.
Yeah, good call.
She's
Huh?
she's always on my network.
Is she really?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh. Okay. This is the first
Like,
I've ever heard.
yeah, she's on my speed dial.
First I've ever heard
You
of
up?
this. All right. Okay, so she's going to translate for you to Crusher and Smasher. They're devastated by the news. They've been training this whole time to fight in the battles to save Mitros, and now they're being benched, all because Smasher had to go and become a sick ass pirate.
Gotta frame it
In
that they're the
in a
only ones.
rage, he goes to tear out his gold earring, rip out his gold teeth, and tear off his stylish skull and crossbones eye patch because he's so upset with himself for being a dope ass pirate because now it's costing them everything. Crusher tackles him to try and keep him from hurting himself, and Nessa exudes her aura of peace and calm boobily, and they begin to calm down.
Andronicus looks at them and says, most of the fighting force is coming with us. Anything that happens on the ship, you two are going to have to handle it by yourself. You think you're up to that? And they don't understand me because I'm speaking in.
So Nessa translates for you, and then you see stepping out of the crowd Testicles, the strongest man in the world, according to Testicles. And he says, Great Nessa, tell them that I, Testicles, will stay behind to help them guard the ship, because there is honor in that as well. And Nessa translates, and seeing that the most manly man in the world is willing to sit out the Battle of Mitros to protect the Ultros and its crew, they feel better about what's happening. Not great, feel better about it. They just smother him in a double bear hug, and because he is so strong, he does not die.
Bro nod a testicles.
Okay. Steros confides that he does not know how much help he would be in the battle, but he could be of use keeping the ship together were it to be attacked at sea.
I feel like Steros would also be useful at Skyhold, considering the technology.
Is his dad still with us?
Bron.
Yeah,
Bront? I'm pretty sure that Bront told you how to fix the thing, helped you, and then left. I'm pretty sure he didn't stick around.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. He told you that he would, like, because you saved him and everything, he would tell you what he knew, but that he could not side with you against this god, despite everything that this god had done to him. But you definitely felt like you had sort of given him a crisis of faith, which seems to be something you guys are into. So. Gillig's Bright Coin, he's gonna stay with the ship unless you guys really need him, because he knows a lot about ships and being a shipwright.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Kalik definitely wants to be on the tree teleport team. Antonia wants to defend her homeland, so she's gonna go. Lorius will go wherever you need him most.
Didn't he go with the diplomats?
Oh,
Or
the
did he stay-
delegation?
he's on
Yeah,
diplomat
he's
team.
on diplomat team. My bad. What about King Stavros? Stay or go?
Oh, he's a badass.
Yeah, send him.
All right. Endis of Aregia.
Probably send her, yeah.
Shoot laser beams. Okay. Folon. And
Ooh.
Tychon.
Oh hell yeah, they're coming with us.
Oh, not Tychon. Yeah, Tychon. Yeah. All right. So there we go. Cred doesn't even ask. He gets in line for the tree.
You grab this tree token, dude.
All right. Halos, son of Sibo.
We need to get a shell back.
Cred's
Oh.
good.
Oh, Cred. He's got glue and stuff. He's good. So.
Shit.
Georgos doesn't want to miss out on this fight. He gets in line.
Nice.
All right. What about your kid? He says, Dad, where do you need me? I'll go wherever you tell me. Anything to make you proud and protect your homeland. Well, your new homeland. I know that your actual homeland is a terrible and dark place, but this new one, Mitros, that's what I'm going to protect. And I'll protect it from the boat, or I'll protect it from the land, whatever you need.
Boat.
So yeah, he could be really good either place.
Yeah.
Alright.
Boat.
All right. Helise demands to return home, defend the city.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay. Is there anyone else we're missing?
Blazing
Yeah.
Ben.
Blazing Ben. Blazing Ben would like to protect Mitros.
Alright.
Okay.
Blacksmiths.
Blacksmiths. He could go either way. He really doesn't care about Mitros.
Maybe stay on the boat then.
Okay. So all right.
Is Cyber leading the dragons to like?
Oh, they
We're big and tough. We can go.
Oh yeah, they're in line for the fucking portal, man.
Oh, there's no way I'm not bringing Callius up to Skyhold. Like,
Oh wait, so you're taking Callius with you to Skyhold? Oh shit. Okay, but as a B team member or unprotected to Skyhold?
it's a great question. I don't know yet.
Okay. The remaining B team looks at Callius like, am I gonna lose my spot to a baby? All right. Calculus thinks that they would be of use in the war. They get in line for the tree.
Can't forget about Hagn and Longaxe.
Over
right.
the network, Julian will think at Andronicos. I think we need to have a conversation about the dragons going before we let that get set in stone.
All right. Hagnon
So
wants
this
to go. Hagnon, honestly, he starts heading towards the stay on the boat crew.
I mean, the tree is going to Skyhold too, right?
No,
Like-
I guess this is the thing. We can actually just send them directly to Mitros.
How's that?
Just
I
send
can
them
tree
ahead,
stride.
yeah.
I can tree stride to Mitros. We don't walk through.
That works. That
They
works.
they
I
only
didn't
walk
know,
through,
I
and
didn't
they,
know
and they all.
if we were going to do both spell slots immediately like that.
So I don't like when I do I have two tree strides. If we do one, we can just send them to Mitros and then go to Skyhold without with just the B team, and then hopefully we can fly Skyhold back to Mitros and what you call it, or to recall back to the ship. The problem is getting the B team back to the ship.
So yeah, always get another tree. So that sounds good to me.
Yeah, like if we're gonna have Yala.
Wait, why do you want to go back to the? Oh, you're going to Mitros, not the Stormbreaker. Got it.
So right now our Hop and B team going to Skyhold. This big group of people, are they coming us with the Skyhold, or are they going to Mitros?
I thought we were going to.
No, they want to go to. They want to go to. You need a tree that is 5 feet across and has 25-foot clearance all around it. You have no idea if you're going to find that on Skyhold.
Yeah.
Well, so we were going to bring a tree with us. We were going to reduce a tree and have Yala carry it through with
and hope that you have enough room for the tree and 25 feet clearance around it in an unknown destination.
Yes. There's got to be a top of it, right?
Let's just.
I mean, I don't know. We so this portal that opens up, it's a doorway. We activate your doorway. We walk through. Where are we walking through to?
Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah. So, do we want to just send this group just straight to Mitros?
Yeah, send them straight there.
All right.
We go straight.
Going through this. Hermione.
So group goes to Mitros. We and our B team go to Skyhold. We go through Skyhold. Hopefully, there's something in there to let us travel Skyhold to Mitros. If not, then we need to since we have the what you call it, portal, can't we just go back to this, like, roll a recrawl back to the ship, open up the portal on the door to the ship, and have them walk through the portal to get back to the ship if we need to get back to the ship?
Why would you need to get back to the ship?
Well, what I'm saying is, if Skyhold cannot fly to Mitros, because we're all betting this on this
Uh-huh.
thing that Skyhold can fly to Mitros. If Skyhold
Yeah.
can't fly to Mitros, then our only way of getting to Mitros is either getting back to the ship or finding a way to teleport to Mitros.
Hey, I gotta ask about Porcelain. Did Porcelain go with? Did you let Porcelain go with
Pythor.
Pythor? Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. So they got it. All right.
Hope
I
Hexia
don't-
didn't need him.
I don't know. I feel like you guys have done the opposite to me that what you said you were gonna do, which is kind of, par for the course. But until, like, I was about to paste everybody into Skyhold, and now we're sitting here doing travel.
No, we're
logistics.
us Hop and B team are going to Skyhold. We're
Okay.
just wondering if this big group of other B team members are going to Mitros or going to Skyhold with us.
Send him to Mitros.
So I think we're sending them to Mitros. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's
So
who's the leader of this that we're sending them? Like who do they defer to? Yorgos.
Probably.
And I have to
Saros?
ask, what about Andronicus's insistence that Callius goes to Skyhold?
That's up to
If
Andronicus.
they are
Well, my
not, if they're
original,
not.
I thought everybody was coming to Skyhold first.
Oh, okay.
I still kind of want them to go because they're dragons and this is like their legacy. But
That's true. Oh shit! When they hear you say that, now they insist that they have to go to Skyhold.
I mean, like, this is their legacy as much as it is.
But if
for
they're
them,
not
but,
slotted for the B team, they are vulnerable to AoE and targeting by enemies.
You have to put them with a bush in the bag of holding and make that terrarium.
All right, we have successfully segregated all of the people into 3 teams. Or, sorry, 4 teams. The
Excellent.
5 teams. The B team, the Dragon Kids, the people going to Beatrice through the
M
tree
team.
portal, the people that have gone to Themis,
B
and the
team.
people that are going to stay and lead the Stormbreaker.
The other M team. I guess the S team.
The S team. There we go.
There we go.
The S team, the T team, the M team, the D team, and the B team.
Wait, who's the D team?
The Dragons.
Oh,
The
okay,
dragons.
Gotcha.
You'd know that if you were ever around.
I don't have a child. All right.
The way you treat that chariot might as well be.
He points to his ears.
If anything, no.
Yes, those of you who have very good training and perception, you see the chariot blush just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's platonic.
Okay.
well, I have disadvantage, so it doesn't. I don't have,
All right,
Okay,
I think it's
so-
all worked out.
so
Let's get, send them through the
we're-
tree.
So we're doing 1 tree stride to get them to Mitros, and then we're just using the portal to go to Skyhold, or are we going and grabbing a tree and then using the portal to go to Skyhold?
It sounded like you still wanted to have a tree as a backup. That's what I
So-
remember from last week.
So if that's the case, I'm not going to have the spell slots to use tree stride while we're up there. If we grab a tree, if we have to, I only have 2 tree strides. So if one of
Uh-huh.
them is being used to then send them to,
And then you were going to animate a tree to take with you, right?
we don't have the resource. I don't have the materials to
is,
animate.
is
to-
reduced the same spell slot level as travel via plants?
No, so travel via plants is 6, and I can use 6 or 7. I only have 1 6 or 1 7.
Mm.
Right, so the plant
So-
we were bringing with us was just going to be like a reduced tree, right?
But where are we going to get that reduced tree?
Reduced doesn't
From the
last very
island.
long.
I mean, we only
It'll
need like a
be
minute to jump
last
through the
long
portal,
to
right?
get through, to walk through.
Yeah.
The portal. And then
But where are we going to get that other tree?
just from the island.
My,
we
last
gonna get
week,
to the
last
island?
week, last week, well, wait, why are you being so obtuse, bro? Like, you take the jolly boat to the island.
But we're already a day away from the island because we took a day to long rest on our way to Mitros. We're a day out. We 5 days to Mitros. We already spent 1 day resting on our way to Mitros.
Yeah, but last week you said that you guys were taking a tree. It was part of your planning.
But I guess the question is how are we going to take the tree? We don't have one on the ship. We needed to
'Cause-
go back
well,
to
But you wouldn't have left before.
Right, we would have
Co-
attuned.
You would have attuned the Antikytherian, seen that the journey was going to take 5 days, and then made decisions based on that.
So we just had
what
we had Yellow
yeah.
rip up a tree and throw it over his shoulder, and
Right, yeah, like
Okay, so we already have a tree now then.
nice,
yes, you have
perfect.
stolen a tree from Helios's garden.
Okay,
Yes.
that's okay. That's the part I was missing. I
Oh,
didn't realize
yes.
there was a
Borrowed,
tree already.
borrowed. Maybe even liberate.
We
Yeah,
left-
we
we left
talked
a
to his
note.
attendant about
We
this.
left
Yes,
a
you
note.
you talked to his priest. That's correct. Yes, you and he was asleep, and you talked to the priest, and
We're like, hey, can we have a bowl and a tree?
you also you bought a bowl and you asked for a tree.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Okay.
all on the
Oh,
VODs.
that's
It's
good.
all on
Okay,
the VODs.
that's the part I was
All right.
missing. Us already
Alright.
having the tree.
Okay. So.
Look, it's even written here. Property of Helios. Right here on this tree.
All right.
Hope we don't get the
So-
curse of the... What is it? The thief's curse? I'm still taking this.
Whew.
Can Andronicus spare a toe? True. Alright. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
But okay, last thing. We need to delegate whoever's in charge of this delegation that we're sending to Mitra, so they don't. I think Helise, honestly, Helise as the main delegate, and then Kalik or Folon for keeping the tactical decisions. I think.
I don't know. Tychon's from Mitros also.
Okay, yeah.
So Elise and
Tychon and Helise.
maybe?
Yeah, that sounds good. Helise and Tychon are
Antonia's
in
a noble,
charge.
right?
Yeah, but we don't want
Yeah,
Antonia
that's true.
in charge though of this group. No
All
offense
right.
to
What
Antonia.
about
She's got
what about
crazy
Carl?
eyes.
What about Carl, son of Pythor,
that's-
renowned bard?
All right, Carl, Elise, and Tychon. They got a throuple. They're the reigning leadership of the M team.
Oh, also worth noting, Carl has vestigial dragon wings now.
Nice.
When you get
yeah.
those?
When the oath ended and
The other day.
his dad turned back into a dragon.
Oh, I forgot. Wait. Okay, hold on here.
Did you not think he was really the son of Pythor?
No, I just forgot.
Seeing that my
forgot
attorney
that
looks at
plot line.
Julian.
He does not have dragon wing.
He's got a tail.
Mm.
Yeah.
He-
Denna
he
works in
sprouted a little
mysterious
like
ways.
Stitch's tail.
Whew. All right. Sounds like everything's sorted then.
So Nessa is presumably in charge of the people we're leaving on the boat.
No, Moxana is, right?
Oh, is Moxon his thing
Yeah,
too?
Mo-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Moxon.
So Moxon would be.
Oof. Okay. Sounds like everything's sorted. For real. I'm gonna
Yeah.
copy you guys. Wait. Last decision. What are we doing about these babies? Because now Andronicus has them all riled up. You know when Dad mentions pizza, but Mom was like, "Don't mention pizza around the kids." But Andronicus is like getting, I don't know, his phone is just blowing up constantly. Like he's just like, "Hold on, just a sec," and he's like, "I'm taking the dragon, kids. This is their birthright." Hold on. Wait, what the fuck? Who prays for that? And then now they're like, yeah, Skyhold. And they've joined in a unity chain. They've wrapped their tails around each other.
So they're a rat king now, except
Yes. Yep.
Oh, God.
they're a dragon
Yep.
king.
Yep.
Just put them with have Aristonar take care of them.
Julian looks over to Andronicus for the passenger seat. Do you have Skyhold money for this?
Just put him with Uncle Aristonar. He can safeguard them.
Ugh. Aristonar says, they're kind of jerks.
Yes, well, maybe you can teach them how to be
I
less of a
don't do
jerk.
that. No.
Hmm.
Maybe it's time to turn over a new feather.
No. Corinna says, I will give up my spot in the B team.
Hold on, no, and I don't think we're trading on any.
No,
pieces.
I'm still going, but I will risk my life to make sure that these dragons are safe.
Hmm.
And then Telemachus says, I will do the same.
I mean, if we're having somebody give up their slot, it should be like Yala and Aristonar, right? Like,
Aristonar just looks affronted.
Aristonar tucks his B team badge deeper into his fur. Like,
now he's an animal. He's
You're
got
not
a
getting
marsupial
this from
pouch
me.
now.
Zamrock says, and then Chandra shakes his head.
Oh my god!
All right.
Just put him in that fucking robot.
Can I
right?
have Cadmus?
Cyber says, don't worry about it. You two Take the badges. I'll risk my life for this. It's my birthright.
God. Okay, these 3.
And he looks up at Corinna and he says, "Hey," and he tries to look cool.
We 100% don't want to swap out Telemachus, right? Like, we want his ability.
No, we want his ability.
Oh my God, you value a mechanical bonus more than the life of this baby?
Oh, no.
yes, yes, 100%.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That mechanical
Wow.
bonus could very well mean the difference between life and death for multiple party members, including that baby.
Okay.
I was just thinking take Yala out instead of Telemachus.
Yala looks at you like
She's way more likely to
since
be
when
okay.
do you tell me what to do?
This
shit.
is Nathan talking.
I know she looks right through the fucking monitor at you.
She
And your
breaks the fourth wall.
and your Midwestern white privilege. And she says, "Excuse me, do you tell me what to do?"
Has she been following the Instagram account that I follow muscle mommies with? Like, what's going on here?
She is that muscle mommy's account. Let's be real now.
She knows that in the early 2000s, you watched The Man Show a couple of times, and she's never forgiven you. That laughter tells me everything I needed to know. All right, Maya, you got anything?
Oh, turn off.
I mean,
Yala.
could I have Cadmus ride along with me inside Adam?
Yala approaches you. Yes, Queen Maya.
Would you stand next to me in battle as we go through Skyhold? Not being on the B team.
I will unleash my full strength upon whatever stands between you and conquest of this Skyhold.
Okay.
You there, baby Cyver. You may take my spot. There.
Orange's
Right.
got an intense look of concentration on his face as he sets up
Corinna
the rope portal.
Corinna says, Telemachus, are you prepared? This could be our most deadly battle yet. And Telemachus says, you perhaps did not hear about the battle on the beach. I was, well, I don't like to brag, quite heroic.
I feel like maybe you should stay on the B team, you know, like that.
Oh, hold on. He says, Maya, you're right. I don't need this. He takes his armor off.
Yeah, go back on the B team since now your armor's.
Oh man, shed of his armor, he's still what is weighing this man down? 59 pounds in his backpack. He's gonna just tie his backpack to Adam S. There we go. Yep, there we go.
I can never find the new B team talking.
All right, managed. All right, he high fives Corinna. She high fives him back. And everybody's ready to go. All right. Zamrock says, as Orange sets up the portal, and Chandra says, yes, well, we can't always rely on Telemachus. Perhaps our own luck will be enough. And then Zamrox looks over at Julian and goes, and then he looks over at Andronicus and goes, Chandra says, I agree, but let's stay positive. All right. And you guys set up the portal.
So we're doing Telemachus and Corinna and Yala outside B team so that Cadmus
if anything happened to one of the babies and Telemachus knew that he could have protected those babies by leaving the B team, he would be devastated.
All right.
And if you guys are really his friend, you would understand that. Just saying.
Yeah, just confirming. That's all.
Okay. All right. Where is Skyhold? Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's up.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So it turns out there are rules for being really high up in the air in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So we'll need to keep that in mind. By the time you finish all your Tom-ass foolery It is like 4. It's like 5 in the morning.
Perfect.
Okay.
Takes me back to the early Oren morning briefings.
All right. So you sent everyone back to Mitros at like 4:30 a.m. Fantastic. All right. And I guess they all came through what tree did you pick? The bank? Did you have them go through the bank?
That's probably the biggest tree that they
Oh,
all
it's
could fit through.
absolutely. Okay. Oh
And
shit.
hopefully, Sibo, told Valis that they're coming through through the book.
Steve, she's still in the book, yeah?
Ballasts, yes.
Okay.
We're on our way. We're sending our best and brightest.
Unless
Nice.
she's not called Valis anymore and it doesn't work. I don't know.
Well, dragons, much like small blonde women from Game of Thrones, have many names. So,
Right.
yeah. All right. Whew. All right. Telemachus says, "Courage, friends. Whatever is waiting for us, it cannot overcome our fellowship."
Let's get it done.
Let's grab this music. Okay. Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
Is
geez.
Julian able to cast spells while in
In
while
Adam
he's in
S?
Adam?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, in preparation for going into the unknown, Julian will get into Adam S's chest cavity and seal it
Oh.
up.
Fair enough. I mean, listen, magic's pretty underpowered in 5th edition, so to limit it in any way would just be terrible design. So, no, it's fine.
Well, I mean, you gave me an awesome, adamantine
Yeah. Look, you've even got
construct.
you've even got a little Hulkbuster icon for your armor mode. Good
Sweet.
stuff. All right. The teleporter appears. It is made of golden light, and as you step through, you feel yourselves discorporate and recorporate at a very high altitude above the cloud layer. So high up that there is nothing but the stars of the Nyx above you and the clouds of the world below you. And you find yourselves in Skyhold, the most dangerous dungeon of the entire campaign.
Oh, I think,
Seems to be a theme for this week.
Walls.
yeah, I think I might have seen
What?
the wall.
Oh, there's no walls? My bad. Hold on. Let's
Zoomed in.
see.
Julian,
Yeah.
you're
Zoomed
glowing.
in.
All right, I'll bring you back. Let's see. What's wrong with you, Skyhold? Everything seems fine. I see what's wrong. Okay. Let me try again. Skyhold, the most dangerous, blah, 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 blah of the campaign. All right, bring you guys back again. Are the walls down?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, sweet.
There are trees. Perfect.
Yes, look, there's a large tree with 25 feet around it in all directions. Incredible. All right. So as you arrive, the very sleepy sirens who are nearby raise their spears and look over at you. Weapons raised, and they say, "Halt! Who goes there? Who are you?"
We are the heroes of prophecy.
They all look to each other. The what? If you mean
mistress
hostile
took her.
action, know that we will defend ourselves to the very last, for we are the Dragonlords.
Well, that's awfully convenient. We don't mean hostile action. We come in peace.
We want to like show the dragons and be like,
this one
"So are
says
we."
impossible. They tell lies. We must sound the alarm quickly. And she's reaching for a horn on her belt.
Hold
Wait,
on, hold
look.
on. Look, there's a dragon right here. Look at this guy. And Doran Vanna White.
Cyber struts forward,
oh.
fans his wings, makes a cree sound, blows fire out of his mouth, whips his tail around.
You know, and a listener.
Oh yeah, the other dragons pose next to him, but like they're smaller, so it's like super cute. They're like kind of mimicking what he's doing, and it looks like you've trained them to do this. It's kind of adorable.
Aristonar just crouched in the back, hiding their head.
It's a little unfortunate when Cadmus sprays his breath weapon in the air because it's acid and there's a lot of wind, so it just spatters on everyone. It's very painful actually. So this guy says, "Unbelievable. Balmitra be praised. Dragons, real dragons. It is like our dreams have come true. Our prayers answered after all this time." But this one says, "Do not be a fool. We have heard reports of dragons. They are under the control of Sidon and that fool king of Mitros."
These are not those corrupted monstrosities. These are true dragons.
Okay.
We hold no love for Sidon.
Okay.
The Pact of Peace has ended.
This lady says, "Prove it. Say something blasphemous against Sidon."
Or
I turned
not.
to Julian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all turn to
yeah.
Julian.
Julian hits a control the inside, the chest pops open. He says, I guess I'm going to go with this again. Sidon has a micro penis.
Oh my gosh, she covers her mouth and blushes and says, "I had heard that, but is it true?"
It is.
I mean, he
Tragically.
certainly's tried to kill me very intensely ever since I started saying it.
Tragically, it
You
runs
see,
in the
that's how
family.
he's able to sleep with mortals. He doesn't even have to change sizes.
Okay, she nods and says, "Ah, I had wondered about that as well." And this guy says, "Please, focus. I will go and announce you to our leader. Please, wait here." And he flies off. I tricked you. This isn't a dungeon.
Fucker.
But the problem is, we have disadvantage on all social stuff because of cyber.
Oh yeah, because you slotted him to the B team, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be a deal because we were in a fucking mega dungeon.
All right.
Yeah,
But
Warren
he had
turns to the
to
others and just like,
Takes a while.
so, who was expecting this, huh?
This girl says, "I certainly wasn't. Why are you all purple and scarred up? Your hair looks great."
Side effect of several trips to the Knicks, unplanned.
"Oh, the Nyx, as in the stars above? You have braved the barriers of our world and dived into the sea of stars?"
It's more acid and less stars, but yes.
Wait, it's acid up there?
I'm not entirely sure how it works, but
Every once in a while, one of our commune is overcome with a great madness. They seek the stars and fly as high as they can, and they are never seen again.
How long have you all been here?
She looks thoughtful and she says, "I was born here, but our people have been here for hundreds of years. We discovered this place when we sought a home of our own. It was abandoned. There were monsters, but we dispatched them, and we uncovered ancient text, armor, and weapons. We adopted the ways of the Dragonlords, and we refounded the Order." Then she blushes and she says, "It's been a bit embarrassing, though. We don't have any dragons. We ride on hippogriffs. But we followed the manuals and know all of the riding techniques." And this one says, "Don't be a fool. You're giving away all our secrets. We still haven't confirmed their true identities. They could be servants of the Titans, our enemies." And she says, "Look at his hair. It's too cool looking to be a bad guy. It's just like the ancient text that we found in that one room labeled with a big A. They were graphic novels. And she blushes a bit. Some of them were a bit inappropriate.
All the best stuff is.
Oh man, she gives you a thankful smile, like this guy gets it.
Also, if we were on the side of the bad guys, I mean, now that your welcoming committee is depleted in number, it would make more sense for us to jump you right now, and that way we'd have the element of surprise.
Okay,
We've just been sitting here.
Jaunty and Generous both get a bit nervous, and you hear their armor shake as they grip their lances, preparing for the inevitable violence that is sure to come.
Julian, well, true. I don't know if that's the best thing to bring up.
Well, I'm just saying that, I mean, they just need to think it through.
I have roused our leaders. They have agreed to meet with you in the throne room.
All right.
But they say that only 5 of you may enter. For 5 is a number most auspicious in the order of the Dragonlords.
It's convenient.
Who among you is the first that I might introduce you? And you understand that they are saying the first, meaning the leader.
Steven begins to step forward.
Corinna looks like so bummed because, like, what? I don't get to go after all this.
Julian thinks this, don't you bloody well dare. It should be Maya.
Hey, yeah, Warren's looking at Maya.
Maya's doing the Adam S. pointing at herself.
Yeah, or not. He points at
Yes,
you. Then he
you,
points at
my
Jaunty.
queen, you.
Okay. She says, so only 5. No one, even though we would have people with us, only 5.
Well, it is both for ceremony and for security. I explained your great numbers, your powerful servants, and your dragons. They would like, however, to see the dragons. You may bring 1 with you.
Do I have your word that our companions that we leave here will be safe? You will not attack them?
He lets out a chuckle and he says, in truth, I would like your word that my people will not be hurt. You seem very powerful, and you possess great magics to be able to access the Skyhold, for it is protected by a 10th level Dwemer spell, hidden from the sight of even the gods themselves.
One of our member, who has the blood of the old Dragonlords, has the key that allowed us to get here.
Then they must be the first among your number.
And then Maya looks at Corinna and smiles.
Oh man, Corinna's like, wait, what?
Well, I am Maya, Darren, which once was Queen of Themis. And these 2 are...
I've no Themis. That's the land full of Amazons.
Yes.
I read in a book that I found in the library that there's a sacred spring that allows women to grow a penis. Is that true?
Yes.
Her eyes just like are 2 fucking saucers. The world outside of Skyhold sounds incredible. Some
Bucket
real
list.
Little mermaid energy off of this siren.
Bucket list updated.
Well, in that case,
I want
can
to
we...
be where the penises are.
Can
Would
we
it be
bring...
peni? Peni are? No, it is penises. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then Maya will say, is it possible for us to bring 6 plus 1 dragon? The 5 of us, the person who has the blood of the old Dragonlords, and 1 dragon.
That goes against all the things that I just said. I would need to be persuaded to allow it.
Maya, it's all right. I'll remain out here and stay in the loop via the network, and Corinna should be with you all. And over the network, Oren will say, I'm still not entirely convinced that this is an elaborate trap set up by evil constructs, so I'd rather stay with the B team. That's all right.
All right. So, Narcissus just walks right past the babies. And as they're flexing, and starts heading towards the keep. All of these Siren Dragonlords are just like, oh my god! It's like, I don't know, like tweens at a Justin Bieber event. They're just losing their shit as he regally, saunters towards the keep. And the kids just look on like, wait, what? And then they go to follow. And this the sirens say, I'm sorry, but for now, only one dragon is allowed into the throne room. You can stay out here with us. And Cypher says, fuck you. And she just, her eyes go wide as saucers in a different way. She seems very upset.
Cypher, they are our host. That's incredibly inappropriate.
You're not my dad. Shut the fuck up.
No, listen.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab
man.
Bryce ear.
Jaunty doesn't have ears. He has an ear hole, but yeah, you can grab him by the side of his head, sure. By the
I'll grab
scales
him by
there.
the side of his head.
Okay. Yeah, this jaunty Skyhold siren, who's been a little bit like put off by you guys, she chuckles at your bad parenting.
It runs in the
She's
family.
she's the kind that sees like a bad kid at the grocery store acting up and kind of chuckles into her hand like, you should have bought some condoms, sucker. Yeah. All right. As you go to grab him, Cyber says,
Are you really gonna act up like this? Huh? You really gonna be a punk like this?
Am
You
I
said
gonna be
this
a
was our
punk?
destiny!
You're being a punk, and that was Andronicos. And if this is your destiny, you're acting like a little shit. If you're on the doorstep of
Oh,
destiny,
so I'm
young man.
ruining the big special day. It's always Cyber's fault. Oh,
No,
I see.
I'm not saying you're ruining it. I'm saying take a minute, look at the situation. You're swearing at our hosts. You're acting like a petulant child for considering how big and bad you
I've
pretend to
never
be.
looked at another dragon like that before.
Cypher, look how Arisnar is treating himself. He's not mouthing off at them.
Yeah, he looks like a big floofy.
and you hear a sensor beep. Let's see.
Mhm.
And
So,
then
just-
Callius says,
Cyber, that's hate speech. I'm gonna have to tell Nessa.
and he said, no!
I can't do any more counseling. She just looks right into my soul.
just take a moment and wait. We'll be right back, and then you'll get to have your destiny.
Corinna says, you haven't ruined anything. It's not too late to stop and start over. Wait here, and when we return, you will be embraced and admired just as much as Narcissus, if not more.
Softening his tone, Julian will say, Cyber, it was you and the others. It was your presentation that awed them. Remember. Also remember, we are meeting these people for the first time, and we need to make a
We need to look
reasonably good impression.
strong.
Right, but another form of strength is also knowing when not to beat the snot out of someone. Restraint. So can you exercise restraint while we're
I'm
away?
so mad. All the time.
We can talk about it when we get back, but can you exercise restraint while we're away?
Fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And he runs to the edge, and he just breathes his breath weapon out into the night air.
All right, Karina, let's go. But before that, Maya turns to Yala and says, "Please wait here, Yala, and if you can,
Of course.
keep
I've
an eye
been
on
wanting to wrestle this guy. Oh, wait, are you bringing this with you, Julian?
I'm not. I'm assuming that they were not. They would be upset if I came in with the armor.
Yeah. Yala says, we will wrestle. And then Adam S. points to himself and looks around, and she says, yes. All right.
Julie will turn to Cadmus and say, you did a very good job with Scyther just now. Could you keep an eye on things? I trust you. And I'm assuming that they will do that.
He says yes, but you also see sort of an anger behind his eyes as well. Almost like a feralness there.
Is
Yeah,
everything
you
all
could-
right,
you could
Cadmus?
You could get rid of these fates."
It's fine.
You know you can talk to me about it.
Well, we've been dragons the whole time, and Narcissus, It just feels like all of a sudden he's just more important than everyone else. It wasn't enough that he was a god. Now he has to be the biggest, coolest dragon too.
He's just the biggest, coolest dragon right now.
Oh, so it is true. Dang.
Well,
Looks
no,
away.
no. I'm saying that you could be bigger and cooler ultimately. Because this whole business with the gods, they took the powers from Sidon and then pretended to be gods. But you can be straight up and honest with everyone from the very beginning.
Fine.
Andronicus, I'm gonna need a Constitution save. You're finding that this closeness to the Nyx is making you feel sort of sick.
I'm supposed to be good for this. I'm ready for like a 5.
Okay.
I
No,
don't
I
know.
rolled a 6.
Am I able to help with that? I don't know where
Are
I'm
you-
at actually.
Are you just on constant nursing duty here, or like?
I mean,
You're 10 feet
Are
away.
you
That's
all
what
right?
Sibo
All right,
is.
Sibo.
3?
If you are constantly holding Andronicus's hand, I would say that you can help him with this god puberty.
Yeah, I was expecting to
All
be
right.
riding his back in battle for the rest of the campaign. So
Oh, okay. That's a little bit weirder than holding hands, but sure. So you mount up on Andronicus.
Papa.
And Andronicus, you are now treated as a mount. Can only take mount actions.
Hell yeah.
But with strength lent to you by Sibo, lent to Sibo by mysterious patron, you overcome the star sickness that was starting to take hold.
I'm the real paladin. This is actually I basically just have an aura at this point.
So,
All right.
yes, I guess go through and because they asked us to introduce ourselves, right?
Well, I mean, if you want to introduce yourselves to these rank and file Dragonlords, they would be fucking over the moon. But
Oh, okay.
they're gonna take you to the throne room to meet their leaders.
Okay.
Julian will give Cadmus a hug and a kiss before he goes.
Aw. All right. He do turn his face away, so you have to kiss the side of his head.
That's okay.
Okay.
I was like that too, but not too long ago. It feels like.
Yeah. I'm still like that, honestly.
And I will pat Cyber on the shoulder if he'll let me.
Orin's gonna roll up with his chariot and be like, "Don't worry, only the lame guys are going inside. Check this out." He'll start showing off some of the upgrades on the chariot.
I'll give Orin a nod and a wink.
You'll try to distract them as they walk away.
The kids do have a weakness for this chariot, so they all come over to check it out. It's pretty sick. So it's like an uncle with a sports car or a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sibo says, "Giddy up."
Dig your spurs in.
Digs his spurs into Andronicus' side.
Do you guys just want me to group auto follow boring Skyhold sirens so you can?
Sure.
All right. So let's see. Andronicus and passenger Corinna. Maya's up there. Move Maya back. Aristonar. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Man, it's a big map, so like the auto follows like, maybe.
I like it.
I'm thinking about it. Okay. All right, so these sirens, I want to point out, are the most beautiful sirens you've ever seen, and they have the least amount of bird parts of any sirens that you have seen. Some of them have feathers in their hair, but most of the feathers that are not on their wings are ornamental in nature. And they are all possessed of peak physical form for a humanoid. All right, you guys exit the
Recurse sounds.
the foyer into this courtyard. Sleepy siren dragonlords are flying down from towers and balconies to watch your procession, as it were. They are all in awe of Oristanar. and then you guys are also there. All right. Should cameraman be going with them, Will, or can you see?
Yeah, I'm seeing that cameraman.
Okay, cool.
I threw him into the
All right.
stack, yeah.
Nice. Very, very stealth. All right. So they approach these inner doors. Head in. As you go in, you see something that you didn't like. You probably don't like to see. There is a statue of Esther, and there's a statue of Xander. They are both looking super heroic. Boring Skyhold Siren, who is attentive to everything that is happening right now, he sees your look, and he says, "Do you know of the first and second of the order?"
Met one of them.
We met both,
Truly?
actually. Over
You
the
are
sea
over 500 years old? Of course, the dragon has met them, yes? The dragon nods sagely, but says nothing. He's suddenly turned into like a Studio Ghibli, like fucking Chinese dog dragon. He's just like all like, he's got like fucking beard of wisdom. His eyes are just like two slits of like sparkles. And just nods sagely like,
With seeing Esther, the Esther statue, does that do anything for
Oh
my
yeah.
dark passenger?
Oh yeah. Your boy, you feel a sense of pride after all these years, still remembered as the hero he was.
I think at the dark passenger several very uncharitable thoughts and tell him to get back in this fucking box.
All right, give me a charisma saving throw. Okay. 18. He is home again. I feel like that's going to push that DC up a bit.
Okay. Do you need me to throw in my faxpiration?
Yeah, go ahead and throw in that faxpiration. That should give you the nudge you need. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
Do I notice that he is struggling with something?
I'm,
You wanna use a
assuming,
fanspo reroll?
I'm assuming that you were on Andronikos is struggling with God puberty duty. So
Reroll a fan.
yeah,
Reroll
God
a
damn it.
fanspo.
All right.
The fan-
yeah.
yeah,
Since
reroll
Let
there's
me,
no
uh,
since there's no outward cues that he's having to make a save, and you're kind of like zoned in right now, Andronikos, I'm gonna say no for that
Yeah,
one.
that
I
makes
say
hate
you-
to
I
do
say
this,
use a
but I
fanspo. We
think
don't
I need
want
to
Esther
burn a
right now.
recapspiration to re-roll that D10.
Yeah, we don't want
Okay.
Esther right now.
All right. Yeah, this is perfect for Esther. Oh, all right. Oh, see, wait, you're re-rolling the D10? You'd re-roll the D20, right? If you're doing a
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
just roll a fresh Christmas save. You're just trying to hit a 20, dude. There you go.
You have a +1 from your fanspo.
Oh my god, you
Oh
rolled the
my
same
goodness.
amount. All right,
The other cost?
the only way you could pass at this point is an out of combat succeed at a cost.
then I have to succeed at a cost.
Or switch characters. ... All right, big sacrifice. You lose 2 hit dice for. That's fine. You got plenty. You're fine. All right. Okay. The dragon says, "And who among you is the first? Is it you?" He points to Corinna. She is blushing like crazy and trying to maintain her breathing, and she looks at her queen, like, "What am I supposed to do?"
Maya will take a moment and say, "Would you like me to speak then, Karina?"
She says, I don't know what to do. I've studied the Dragonlords, and I've waited for a day like this, but I don't want to ruin everything.
Okay. She puts her hand on her shoulder and says, "You wouldn't ruin it, but if you don't feel up to it right now, I can take care of it for you."
Maybe together?
Okay.
Okay. And so the
Huh.
Skyhold Siren says, "Who among you is the first?"
I am Maya, Queen of Themis, and this is Corinna Phobos, what is it? What's the word? Lineage of the Dragonlords.
The name
Oh.
Phobos is well known to us. One of the original founders of the Order.
Mhm.
And the dragon who's with you says, I am known as Aristanar, the Radiant. May introduce me as such. And then you see all of his eyes, in scales and horns, just sort of go wah, 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 with like radiant energy. And this guy, he fights hard not to fucking pass out on the craziest fucking day of his life. Taking a deep breath, he opens the doors. As he heads inside, he says, Lady Hippodamia and Lord Harpalos, it is the greatest honor of my life to introduce the dragon Oristanar, the Radiant, and these other Dragonlords. And even though they knew that you guys were coming, there's still a gasp from the 8 individuals assembled in this hall, and you see a scowl on Harpalos' face. And you see a look of quiet speculation on Hippodamia's face. And then the siren says, amongst their number are many, but these are the 5 they put forth. The first among them is Maya, the queen of Themis, and her second, Corinna Phobos, of the same lineage of the ancient Phobos that was, founder of the Order. And there's these guards are trying hard to be stoic, but they're just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. All right. Hippodamia remains seated, and then, locking eyes with Aristanar, she stands and she bows, dropping to one knee. As she does, the other 6 drop, but Harpalos is slow to bend the knee. In fact, he does not. At the top of his screen, it says, Aristanar will remember this. Hippodamia stands in front of the throne and says, please, come forward. We have much to discuss. Tell us, why are you here? What is it you seek?
I guess if Risnar doesn't say anything,
Oh no, this dude never talks. What are you talking about? He's so fucking stoic and wise. Like, you think he's some kind of, like gossip or?
I heard him make a deeper voice than normal when I was talking about that.
It's in
I
character,
will,
leave him alone. He's
I will say,
fucking majestic.
we have come to Skyhold because the Pact of Peace has ended, and Sidon is currently on its way to Mitros to destroy it. We have delayed him a little bit by destroying his tower, Praxis, and ending his super weapon. But we wanted to see if we can use Skyhold to help protect Mitros.
Harpalos says, how is it you came to know of our existence? Skyhold is concealed from even the eyes of the gods. Yet somehow you access it and knew we would be here? I find that suspicious.
Well, he turns to Aristanar. We were in close contact with many of the dragons that the original Dragonlords rode. Aristanar here was one of them, as well as what was Kyra's original name?
Archirania?
Archirania, and they're the ones who explained to us Skyhold. We were able to get the key, and she turns to Corinna to show it.
Corinna holds up the yellow gemstone.
Which can only be accessed by somebody of that lineage from Helios, who seemed to have it.
Everyone, the 6 people are just losing their minds. They're just this woman is like having to steady herself. This is just too fucking much that's happening right now. Hippodamia keeps a serene and measured stance and expression. Harpalos lets out a low chuckle, and he says, "These are easy names to gather through history. You throw them about, gods and ancient dragons, but everyone knows that the dragons of the Order were lost. And yet, conveniently, you have found 2 of them, and one of them stands before us. Look at this creature. It is covered in fur. Surely it is a mutant, like the ones that serve the king of Mitros." At that point, Aristonar gets a grumble, gets a little roar kind of building up inside of him, and these 2 sirens kind of back away.
Julian will think at Maya. I think perhaps we need a different tack. Tell Harpalos that we seek to ally ourselves with him, not usurp. He is clearly threatened by our presence here, and there may be something else at play, yet still.
Before that, with him, kind of seeing his demeanor and what he's been saying, can I get an idea of like, what's this guy?
Can you give me an insight check? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, with that insight check, a couple of things. One, there is definitely a closeness between Harpalos and Hippodamia. They may be husband and wife, or at least lovers. And he is certainly the second to her first. And he is afraid of change. You don't actually sense any ill intention, but you do sense that he is threatened by your arrival because it's going to change everything, and nothing will ever be the same again.
All right. Maya will think back to Julian. Okay, I think it probably is better. She'll then say aloud, again, yes, I guess that does sound very convenient, but I tell you now that with the Pact of Peace ending, what we come here to do is not to take Skyhold away from you. You guys have been living here for as long as probably longer than I've been alive. So what we ask is just to help us protect Mitros. We've heard that there is strength here, and the Dragonlord's legacy was about protecting Thylea. And so we come here hoping to do the same, protect Thylea. The people.
Aristonar looks over at you, Maya, and gives one sagely nod, and then looks back at the first and second of the Siren Dragonlords. Hippodamia says, over 300 years ago, we discovered these ruins as we flew above the clouds, desperate for a home, a land of our own. We found a history here, a culture that spoke to us, that promised purpose, discipline. Generations of our people have grown up following the teachings of the ancient Dragonlords. To see such a splendid and marvelous creature before me, I am overwhelmed with emotion. And Maya, you definitely feel like you and this lady would get along because this is the face that she makes when she's just overwhelmed with emotion. And she says, Harpalos, my love, we knew in our hearts that this day would come. The day when our order would be called to service. It is all right to be afraid. We have trained hard. But now, we must put our training to the test. He says, it's just that... and with his fist shaking, he drops to one knee, and as he does, the other 6 drop to one knee as well, and Hippodamia drops to one knee again and says, "You say the battle has begun?"
Yes.
Mitros is far from here. Our mounts are mighty, and as long as we fly high above the clouds, there is a chance we would go unnoticed by Sidon. That his winds and tempest not tear us from the skies.
Could Skyhold itself be moved?
Harpalos stands back up and says, yes, it can. It is a mobile fortress. It served as the headquarters of the ancient Dragonlords. But activating Skyhold's mobility will end the Dwemer that conceals it. We do so. We become a target of Sidon, and our ancestors are no stranger to his wrath and strength, for he tore our great city from the skies, cast it into the sea. So too could he do the same to Skyhold, at a whim.
Over the network, I guess Maya will kind of ask, I guess Sibo and Julian, the magic people, if based off this way, where to stop teleportation or transport via plants. You can get a good amount of people just straight to Mitros while this thing is still here.
Yeah, it might be good to keep it secret and use it as a base of operations going forward.
Yeah.
For now, at least.
Can also evacuate refugees to it if we need to get them out of the city.
Yeah.
Okay, if Corinna's the key, like, protecting her becomes priority, like, number 1 in that case.
Mm-hmm.
We're back on the B team then.
I guess this does. Do we know if that would stop teleport? The Dwemer stopping teleportation?
Yeah, is it something that I would know?
With what?
The Dwemer that's on Skyhold, would it stop transport via plants or teleportation outside of using
It
the
would
key,
prevent teleportation in,
but not out?
but not out.
But to get in, we have Corinna and the whatever
key.
she can do thing, right?
Yeah.
Either that or you just have to fly up here. I guess with what they did.
This woman, Hippodamia, says, "Young lady, Corinna Phobos, is it true? Are you the descendant of Rhizon Phobos, bounded rider of Sebulcharax, the Mithril Fist?" And she says, "It is true. But do not let my lineage color your impressions or opinion of me. Watch my deeds, and hear my words, and find truth in that. It is an easy thing to look upon words of the past and see only what the author meant for you to see. In our journey, we have discovered much. Not all of the Dragonlords, nor all their dragons, were able to maintain the lofty oaths they placed themselves upon. But those I travel with, they are different. Let us show you in battle that we are worthy allies." And Hippodamia looks at Harpalos, and Harpalos looks at her. He gives her like a little curt nod, and she says, "All right. As first of our order, I would meet with you, Queen Maya, that we might discuss the logistics of the battle that is to come."
May I ask?
Our dragon lords do not have dragons of their own, but the hippogriffs we have raised are sturdy and fast. When we fly as one unit, we are able to command the skies, perhaps nearly as good as the Lord of Storms himself.
Great. May I ask my companions to join us as we work best together?
Certainly. They are welcome. If there are many of them, perhaps we should meet here in the throne room or the chapel. But we do have a war room, if you would prefer.
How would that work? War room? Chapel? Throne room?
What
War
kind of
room, I
war?
think, is best.
Might as well, check it out.
War room.
So yeah, Oren lives for a good war room.
See how their interior decorating's going. Yeah.
All right. Hippodamia looks over at the guy that was at the gate and says, "Pittacus, will you show these heroes to the war room and attend their needs?" And his eyes just go, "What?" Like he just can't believe what's happening. He says, "Of course, my lady. Of course."
Does he have twin blades that turn to a bow?
Oh, I see the reference there. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's definitely Invaldas. Here, I'll just fucking pull it out of the compendium. Now he does. There you go.
All right. Yeah.
Alright.
That's our next B team. That's our new B team member right there.
All
Guys.
right. Blade bow added. Done. All right. Alright.
This lady probably had green hair in her younger years.
Mm.
All right. So I'm gonna.
If they
so-
ask to see to my needs, we've got an oath to uphold here, people. We gotta tear down that Esther statue. Like We,
Are we still under it? 'Cause
we
it's been a year.
literally made an oath to like talk shit about Esther whenever it came up.
But wasn't that only for a year? I think it's been a year right now, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
No, because you guys were underway, and no, actually, you're right, because you guys had more than a year before the Oath of Peace
Yeah.
ended. Because
Yeah, we had 2.
So yeah, I would say that at this point, yeah, you don't have to do that.
We can still.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. It's not like a thing that we need to do urgently to avoid making sure that we don't break an oath, like it would have
Yeah.
been.
Don't worry,
No,
don't worry,
yeah.
don't worry. Aristar's got you covered. As you guys are walking past the statues, he accidentally with his tail knocks it over and then steps on it a couple of times, and crushing it and breaking it. And he says, "I'm so sorry. My body is so large and powerful. Sometimes I bump into things." And then they're like, "Oh, it's all right. It was a very handsome statue of Esther, but it is just a statue. His memory lives on in all our hearts. A great hero and a mighty warrior." And then Arisnar steps on it some more. Didn't go the way he planned it.
I hate to ask this, but anything for the Dark Passenger?
No, you stuffed him in a box. You stuffed him in a box.
Okay,
So,
I just
yeah.
wanted to be sure
I
because
mean,
like
he's definitely
that's a
upset.
lot going on.
He's upset, but then when he hears that they still love him, he's happy again.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just I feel like.
And don't worry,
That
there's
would
another
merit a
statue
response.
of him right there.
Oh fuck.
All right, so does everybody coming in, including Adam S. and the chariot?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Orin
they come back and
surprised-
tell you they're going to the war room, and Chandris and Zamrox, they look over at you, Orin, and the three of you have the shared look of, "Aw, yeah."
yeah. Orin's got the 3 dragons in the chariot rolling around with him.
Yeah, Zamrock's rubbing his hands together like he's hiding behind a tree, and he's gonna pounce on that war room.
Orin's surprised to see everyone. He's like, "Wow, thought for sure that they were gonna be evil constructs that were hiding their true nature and were going to attack us, but
Oh man, Adam S points to himself. Huh?
no, not evil constructs specifically. You're a nice guy."
Oh man.
Wow,
Okay.
he's about to say he's gonna talk-
He
tell you about to say he's a
slowly
good
he
boy.
slowly claps his hands together 1, 2, 3 times.
I mean, Adam S has free will, I think.
He's got 3.
He
intelligence.
goes in and he looks at the statue in this room. And he points to it. Does anybody go in and look at it or no?
Sure.
Julian will go in there.
Yeah, Siva follows.
Okay. Mm,
It's a statue
all right.
of Joyous. Dun,
As you step in, you see that it is a statue of a very handsome man. But kind of an edgy handsome man. And you recognize it as a depiction that you were shown once of Damon when he was still when he wasn't a lich.
He
So
had
basically when he was Skeletor with
Muscle
skin,
Wizard.
yeah.
Muscle
Yep,
Wizard.
there he is.
skin. Nice.
You
Yes.
need to go talk to him now.
So Hippodamia says, "Ah, yes, the lore keeper of the order, Damon.
We saw him at Telemark.
Did you? He
Yes.
still lives after all this time."
Well,
Yeah, in a manner speaking.
in a manner of way.
All right, that's when the 3 dragons kick the door open and begin spraying their breath weapons everywhere while thrusting their hips and waving their tails around. And they begin singing a song about how cool they are and how strong they are. It's pretty adorable. Like, when children try to do their own choreography and song and dance, everyone in the room is delighted by their antics. And then at the end, all three of them fan their wings and hiss.
Man, I wish Carl could have heard that.
Yeah, that might have been his song. I don't know. Man, what would it be? I mean, I feel like it could definitely be anything by the Backyardigans.
Isn't it like the Meow Mix theme song? Isn't that going to be?
Oh, sir. Just because he's a cat person doesn't mean he's a cat.
HR.
We
Yeah,
heard
goddamn,
his
guys.
song. He just
I
said he
love
missed it.
chicken. I love liver.
Oh, no.
Meow Mix, please deliver.
Nah, bro, you obviously haven't seen any Backyardigans, because if you ever want to know what kids sound like when they're singing,
Yeah. All right, looking it up
Yeah.
right now.
I'll play it
man.
for you.
Oh, I have that muted because I keep getting copyright warnings whenever I stream.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't live in fear. You know what I'm saying? I mean, besides, this is
You
pretty much
remember
getting
when
you
you
shut
remember when
down.
you AI'd Kira singing this?
Wait, I did?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
It was I remember that.
So that's a good throwback then. Yeah, so that's what they sound like. They have these little squeaky voices, and they're doing a hip thrusting dance, and they're posing and all that, and it just captures the hearts of the Sirens of Skyhold.
Adorable.
Yeah, there is applause at the end, and Arusnar gives them one noble head tilt of approval as he lounges on this entire ass couch.
Nice.
Is Orin in his chariot in a chair?
He is.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. Let me see if we got some good war room music. This one. All right, yeah, we'll use this. This is fine. It's a little upbeat for what you're dealing with, but maybe some upbeat isn't bad. There we go. Oh my God, hold on. All right. So as you guys settle into this war room, yeah, they bring you. They ask if you need refreshments.
Orin doesn't need anything.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yes. Whatever you have, I'll partake.
Okay. And they say, it is almost time for breakfast. We will bring food aplenty to feed you. And they come back with these just buckets of like scrambled eggs and some fish pies, as well as some fruit. The fruit seems to be some kind of citrus, but it has a very airy taste to it.
Because we're high up in the air, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Telemachus says, "Is this flying fish?" And they all look at him, and then Epidemius says, "Of course."
I used
All
to
right.
be able to fly.
What?
I said I used to be able to fly. I used to be able to cast the fly spell on myself.
What happened?
I lost faith in everything.
He got it. He got mad.
So the question is, at this point, it's about 7 in the morning. What are you filling them in on? What are you telling them? Are you holding anything back?
Oh man.
A lot's happened. So what are like the top 5 things that you try to communicate to these people?
Oh, jeez.
I guess.
Yeah,
the-
I'm sorry, Orin. You were like, damn, I was kind of hoping this would just be a dungeon.
he's still looking around. He's got his hand on his spear, like he's
This
got
is
he,
rough, homie.
he locks
You know,
eyes
if
with these
there's
photos.
If there's an arena here, Oren will be happy too. There might be an arena somewhere around here.
Maybe just a training ground or something. All right.
I guess.
Start with the Pact of Peace.
Yeah.
From the window, Oren, your number one fan says, we train in the training yard unless we're doing aerial training. You could bring your chariot. I could bring my hippogriff. Why don't you come out with me? You don't need to be at this boring meeting. And Hippodamia gives her a look through the window, like, we've gone. What are you doing? And she quickly ducks out of sight.
Oren turns to the others. We'll wrap this up quick.
She says that you hear her. Maya whispers to the other one, "His hair is so cool."
There's like a lobster chasing after her, screaming at her.
Maya thinks, like, you know what? I never really paid attention, but yeah, Oren hair is pretty cool.
Yeah. Corinna says, "I've always noticed, but he doesn't take compliments well."
He's standing there in his chair. There's like a slight wind coming in from the open window, and it's just rustling through his brown locks.
Harpelos says, your wheelchair is impressive. I'm sorry for whatever injury has taken the use of your legs.
It was tragic indeed. No. This chariot, it only augments what my capabilities already.
Okay. It doesn't change the fact that he thinks you're in a wheelchair, but that's fine. That's fine. All right.
Yeah, Oren's not trying to dissuade him from the thought.
Man, all right. Y'all's like, sure, I'll take the seat closest to them. That's fine. All right. Hippodamia says, all right. What do we need to know?
So,
all right. So, what's the top 5 things you want to get across to them?
I guess Pact the Peace for sure. I guess what we did with the tower.
Oh shit. Okay.
Done that shit.
I mean,
the super weapon and all that
don't
stuff.
say what we did. Say what happened, because we definitely didn't, at least intentionally, do that.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah, what happened?
Or did we?
I don't know if they know the history
based
of the.
On my experience, it felt like there was a lot of things that happened that you did not plan to happen. That's my take. But I mean,
happy little accidents.
All according to plan.
There's
you should see the flowchart I have up.
Some of the worst war criminals are worshipped as heroes. So
There we go. Luke Skywalker. Yeah. They blew up the Death Star. Nobody mad at him. All right. Oren's gonna turn to Hippodamia and Harpelos.
Yeah,
Hippodamia, Harpelos.
The statue just stares at you from the corner of the room, looking so cool.
Let me turn that guy around.
Oh, okay. Adam S takes the statue and
turns him around. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, makes it face the corner.
I tell him that he did a good job.
To give us some direction on where to begin, what do your people know of the world beyond or below, and what's transpired over the last 500 years?
Quarterly, we allow scouts to leave the safety of Skyhold and head out into the world. Only sometimes do they fail to return to us. They bring news of the outside world and the changes it's undergoing. We understand that the city of Mitros is under the command of a foolish king who has the love of the people, but not the capacity to rule. Valis, goddess of wisdom, apparently tries her best to mediate her husband's foolishness, but it is difficult. What else? In our last report, Astoria has a new queen, the daughter of Pythor. Well, one of, I suppose, hundreds of daughters of Pythor. She is apparently a just queen, and very capable. But their garrison, their hoplites forces are, not very well trained. Their resources are mostly diminished, and they've been working hard to recover from years of rule by Pythor, the god of valor, who apparently ran Astoria into the ground. When she says that, some of the sirens look away. Like, apparently running something into the ground is, like, really bad. Like, way worse than when you guys are on the ground and you say something, run something in the ground. It's, like, really bad if you run something into the ground. She says, Auregia is ruled by a Queen Helen, as it always is. They have one god, Narcissus, who was there for the founding of their city long ago. It is said that Narcissus and another dragon, I believe the dragon's name was Malzeno, and two Dragonlords, Karpythos the Wolf Lord and Jacenna Ventrak, and her dragon Aristanar. Wait, that's you. And he just sort of like blinks at her and says, "Indeed." And she says, "Oh, well, it was said that you and Malzeno, it is said in the histories that you and Malzeno and Jacenna and Karpythos, that you left to return to your home world." And he says, history says many things. Let your eyes see the truth. And then wow, 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 his scales and his eyes and his horns like radiate light. And she just gasps at how incredible he is. And then she needs a moment to compose herself before continuing. Her husband is not jealous, for he too is just overwhelmed because Aristanar may be using his awe aura right now, which is, you know, good dragons have an awe aura. Anyways, she recovers and says, "I'm sorry. The nation of Themis, when last we checked, was there some sort of civil war. But I suppose you would know more about Themis than we would, Queen Maya."
Yes.
The Indigo Islands are loose-knit band of separate tribes who ended centuries of warfare by inventing a series of strange gladiatorial games to settle their aggressions. And she basically fills you in. She's pretty up to date on what's going on. They're pretty up to date.
Sounds like they've got most of the thing. Like they've got all the major beats.
Yeah. They don't have any of like the fine details. They just have the broad picture of things. Like they would know the things
They have
that
the
like
encyclopedia entry.
right. Like it sounds like their scouts are allowed to like kind of like go to like the edge of a community and kind of be like and like listen to gossip, but they're never allowed to go like into the communities. Like they're supposed to be like observing, you know, like Star Trek people, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be like observing but not getting involved.
All
I
right.
guess
Yeah.
probably like anything that they like current event about this island that they heard about. If they're missing something that we know, we'll probably fill them in. Right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, because their last scouting report was weeks ago.
Yeah. So any of those things that like Themis Civil War, I'll let them know that it ended and why, and then what'd you call it? The Indigo Islands. They're okay. Just all the things that if their stuff was 75%, we'll fill them to 25.
Okay. I will say that they're overstimulated and just like trying desperately to process everything that's happening because again, these were a people who were cast adrift. They had no home, they had no culture of their own. They were and they found this place and they adopted this culture, and they've adopted it in almost a reverential way, right? Like this was their salvation, right? Was Skyhold and the Dragonlords who founded it, and like to them, those are like the greatest heroes of any age, like they're mentors beyond the grave kind of thing. And to have you guys here and like they have to like put their training to the test. There's dragons here, and it's just like, and one of them was part of the original Dragonlords, and there's a descendant of the original Dragonlords. It's a lot. But Hippodamia does seem to be a very moderate and composed individual. And you see that she and Harpalos actually pair very well together, because he is very spicy and passionate and forward, and she is very calm and withdrawn. It's almost like a Maya Julian like combo. You know what I'm saying? And they seem to work pretty well together.
Or like a Valis and a Castus
Whoa.
combination.
Yeah,
but one that works.
Yeah, I
That's-
guess you could say that.
I mean, looking at their art, that's what I was thinking as soon as I
Yeah.
saw them.
And here's the thing though, a lot of people, again, they love the king, and like having the heart of the people is a big deal when you're a leader, even if you're not a good leader. Like having the heart of the people is maybe the most important thing. So yeah, it's a tough situation, definitely a tough situation. But these two, they seem to command loyalty and respect from all of the sirens that are here. Orin, you continue to see this one like peeking at you from the window, kind of motioning to come outside. She stabs at you with her spear.
Orin's trying to stay focused on the conversation. Trying to...
All right, fair enough. All right, so time continues to pass. Do you have any questions for them?
How many of you are garrisoned here, or living here?
Harpalos says, our order is roughly 350 individuals. Though of that amount, perhaps 200 are ready for battle.
Is there any part of the fortress you haven't been able to access?
Oh, okay. They say, at first, there was some difficulties. There are many vaults and chambers beneath the earth that were filled with traps, monsters, horrors. There was even a prison section where terrible enemies of the Dragonlords, too dangerous to kill, had been sealed away. But we have reclaimed these lands.
Amongst the vaults and the prisons and the sealed chambers, did you find anything that you didn't understand, or that might prove useful in this fight?
There are records that our ancestors who discovered Skyhold did encounter such things, but years of dedicated study unlocked the secrets within.
Impressive.
Well, we made Dragonlords our entire identity. And you look around the room, and there's just fucking Dragonlord memorabilia everywhere.
It's the new market for Julians.
Oh my god, yeah.
An untapped market.
And they're sirens, so it gives a whole new meaning to Air Julians.
Oh man. If we survive this war, Julian, you're gonna be rich.
So Helios is making his way across the sky, and light begins to settle upon the island.
Does he buzz the tower?
He does not buzz the tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's working on the clock.
That didn't stop Maverick and Goose. I'm just saying.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe he's mad about the tree he stole. I don't know.
Listen, he needs to take that up with his priest. Like we went and asked, we were told it was fine.
Oh man, that was his
Also,
fever.
remember, Skyhold is hidden from all eyes, even the gods. So
Damn.
I mean, he wouldn't be able to see you to buzz you.
Okay.
There we go. Blinding sunlight settles upon the place.
I
Orn will
guess-
say, oh yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, Orn will say, we mean to defend the settler races of Thylea from the aggressions of Sidon and his armies. Would you aid us in this endeavor?
He says, it is said that after the death of Xander, Esther Arkelander and the other Dragonlords were filled with a thirst for vengeance, and they began a campaign of war and retribution against the Gigans and Jankans of these lands. That is what triggered the Great War. Esther and his allies, including the Great Daemon and the mysterious witch, Katya, entered the tower that you have destroyed, and forced the Titans to stand down. Is all that correct?
Not completely.
Oh shit! You gonna really dish the gods business? Oh wow!
man.
Shit. Okay. Arusanar almost falls off the couch, and he stares at you, Maya. And you see him kind of tilt his head left and right.
No, I think this is important.
Maya will
You're gonna
say,
blow these guys' minds. Oh my god.
I mean, if you guys want to stop Maya, you can.
No,
But,
just got
Alright.
it.
all right. I will say, there's a little bit more to the story than what has happened. But I hope you are prepared for this. And Maya explained that they did, storm the tower, but it didn't work out completely. There was a hard-fought battle, and most of them fell. And as a way to continue the fight, their dragons, Ristanar, and I guess you'll go through all the names, including Petros's name, were able to secure a pact of peace for at least 500 years, stealing divinity Sidon, which later
Harpalo says, "Excuse me, but you're saying that the god's divinity was stolen from them
yes,
by Balmitria?
yes,
And what did she do with this divinity?"
she gave it to her siblings.
Ursanar shakes his head. That's not what happened at all.
Well,
She
when
didn't have any she didn't have any siblings.
No, or just children. Sorry, children. And her husband.
Okay, so Hippodamia says, "Wait, so the 5 gods were just dragons? Wait, so
with
you
divinity.
were Narcissus?" And then Aristanar says, "For a time." Well then, where is Malzeno, the blood dragon? And Aristanar gets kind of like fidgety and looks away and says, "I don't know. I am sorry. It must be a very sensitive subject for you. This is so much to take in. I feel like my head is going to split open." Harpalos is just pacing the room, just trying to make sense of all of it. And he says, "That would make sense why they were so terrible at being gods."
Andronicus points at him like, yes.
"Oh, sir, you're bleeding." Sibo, you see that there's just he's got a bloody nose.
For a time, they represented the divinity, the aspects that were given to them as best they could.
Wait, so for a time, do they not possess that divinity anymore?
As part of that deal that gave 500 years of peace, it's contingent on the return of this power, which is why we need to find another way to secure more lasting peace for Thylea.
I see. It is unfortunate that we do not have the power of the gods on our side, but if what we have read is true, these dragons were already of great strength 500 years ago. Now they would be ancient, the most powerful of all dragons. Which dragons will be joining us in the fight?
You have at least one.
And Aristanar says, I I will. I am known for my courage.
Or gives him a
As
thumbs
well
up.
as I'm pretty sure Valis is there at Mitros, as well as Vulcan.
Are we to address them with their god names or their dragon names?
Ismail will look at Aristanar.
Dragon names.
Aristanar says, they would prefer their dragon names. Our time as gods has ended. Maya, you heard a tinge of sadness when he says that.
Yeah.
So Harpalos says, alright, so Subulcarax and Tisaful will be joining us in battle as well. What of Raspirathor and Archirania? You said you were in contact with her.
Raspirathor, I'm sure, is joining us as well as his former lover.
The two of them look at each other like people that just finally understood a plot line in a show that they were fans of that didn't make any sense. And they say, that's why Pythor was in a relationship with the dragon, and why it was so terrible.
Yes.
As for Archirania, I carry the spark she once had.
Okay. Hippodamia says, but the sparks were to be returned. That was the oath.
Yes. And it wasn't.
Harpalos says, oh no. Was she taken by the Furies?
For now.
Ow. You have many powerful enemies, if you count the Furies among them. Then he lets out a nervous chuckle and he says, what are you going to tell us next? That you are opposed to the fates themselves?
Warren smiles.
We our fate
Harpalos gets very pale.
Our fate is unwoven. We direct our own threads. That's why we're able to do what we do.
Damn. Yeah, they're overwhelmed. They're just overwhelmed. If you would excuse us a moment, I must fly to clear my head. My love, will you join me? And he says, of course. And they get up to leave.
Well, that went pretty well. Now, hopefully they don't decide to kill us and as a tribute to Sidon or something.
I don't think so. When Maya says you don't think she looks at stylish Skyhold.
Okay. She stares at you with crossed eyes. She waves. As she waves.
There's been a lot of inbreeding up here.
Hey, we don't talk about that, okay? We don't talk about that.
Oh man.
300 years,
Okay. Do you guys have anything to discuss with them gone?
What do we aim to get from these would we have them join us in the war?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, we need to raid the armory, see if there's anything hop specific we can use.
I need all of you to leave immediately. We have things to discuss that are even more mind-blowing than what you have heard. Consider yourselves dismissed until your leaders return. And Pittacus says, but I was ordered to... And then Aristotle looks at him and says, I am an ancient dragon, godlike in my power, and a founding member of the Order of the Dragonlords. I outrank them. And then he says, of course. And then they leave the room. All right. As they leave the room in a hushed hurry, and the door closes, Aristonar says,
What were you thinking? Yeah, we don't want everyone to know about divinity.
And Yalo says, I agree with this soft dragon. Why would you tell such a thing to mortals? They will spread word everywhere. And she looks around and says, I don't want to be racist, but sirens are not known for their discretion. And Aristonar nods. There's going to be songs written about it by the end of the day.
God, jeez.
I thought my sister was bad at wisdom.
It
Oh,
is
my,
better that everyone knows.
Yes, that was directed at you, Maya. I was saying you aren't wise. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe this.
No, she's being incredibly wise.
What
If
is
everyone
wise
knows
about that?
If everyone knows about the power, if everyone then has the power disseminated to them at the end of all this, then we can...
Wars get fought over power.
Not if the power is broken up and passed around.
What are you
Allowing
talking
people-
about?
Breaking the bloody wheel, letting people control their own fates.
You asked Helios about that, and he did not say that it could be broken up. He laughed at you. Maybe if you didn't have your own head up your ass all the time, Julian, you could hear better. And then Aristar looks away like, oh, well, he's potty language. Oh my god.
Just because Helios didn't know of a way doesn't mean we can't figure something out. But by all means, tell me how much of my head is up my arse, please. I didn't hear that part.
There aren't enough words to get through your thick skull.
All right, let's everyone calm down.
And he flops on the couch, but because he's not being poised, he breaks it. And he says, of course.
Arsenar, we have came here, and
No, do not come near me. Stay away. I will not give you the satisfaction of being forgiven or acknowledged, nephew.
You just acknowledged.
I ignored him and I start fixing the couch.
He sits on it harder.
Now you're just fixing it like, oh man.
He's just rolling on it.
Or I'll turn to Maya and say, I think it's best that they know. I think everyone should know. It doesn't benefit anyone except those that hold the sparks to have this
Chandra
knowledge.
says, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to say that throughout history, power is one of the primary motivations of conquest and war. Finding out that such power can be so easily attained will put a target on every deity, every being that could potentially bear a spark. This could result in the poaching of nature spirits, nymphs, and other elemental beings.
I would like to think that we can distribute the spark amongst everyone equally, but I'm worried that if that happens, those that want and hunger for power will take it from others now that they know that it's possible.
Chandra raises his hand with the palm facing out, and he says, I don't want to sound racist, but Imagine if Queen Helen and the Arisians found out.
Oh yeah, now Warren's frowning. It's like,
These
would.
this group here, these sirens here, have been living up here for 300 years without letting anybody know about Skyhold. The only
Maybe-
people who did know about it were people who knew about it beforehand.
Maybe we should let
I
them know to
think
keep it
they- I
under
think-
wraps then.
I think they can keep a secret.
We
So
should tell them
Maya,
it's a secret then.
You hear on the other side of the door the sirens singing. It is a song about how divinity it belongs to those who take it. It can be bamboozled. It can be taken by force. Basically, your conversation, they're singing it to each other and sharing it, and it's spreading like wildfire. Because yes,
Here,
that is the number one thing that sirens like to do.
What
got
if,
it.
here on Skyhold.
It's got a nice beat at least.
Okay. Telemachus says, yes, but we are not going to lock all these people back in Skyhold when everything is done. Huh?
what if we
Oren's,
set them up
Oren's
as
new
a-
girlfriend seems like she's going to join the B team.
Ooh.
What if,
Uh,
what
you,
if
was
we
Pitt.
you look,
set them
you look
up
out
as
the
like
window
police-
and you see this girl just pressed against the glass, staring in at you.
Oh, no, I think she just wants to train. She saw
Oh,
this
she
chariot.
wants to train, all right.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-bye-oh-bye.
I'm used to people being drawn to this chariot, of course. No matter though, I'm always ready to show it off. Telemachus.
Oh, Corinna says, they are our allies and they deserve to know the truth. The real truth. How else can we explain to them the horrors that Esther has delivered upon the peoples of the world, the treachery to the order? Chandra says, there is such a thing as too much information. This is like drinking from a waterfall. You have had quite a bit of time to learn these secrets and process them, minus the big one that we're all still reeling from. And we just delivered everything onto these poor people on very little sleep.
Come on, Chandras. It's already, 6 a.m.? They should be plenty well rested by now.
They've spent 300 years idealizing the ideal version of the Dragonlords. I think we use this after this war, assuming that we've accomplished our goal. I think fostering some sort of relationship amongst all of Thylea is going to be needed, a sort of reconstruction, if you will. And I think this could be the place.
Right, Corinna scowls. She says, wait, we're going to tell them about the secrets of divinity, but not the truth of the order?
I'm getting there. I think this could be the place where such reintegration and cooperation is accomplished. I think the sirens, as a currently completely removed and impartial group, could sort of be our
Kind of like a school.
something that unites the nations, you know?
Telemachus. It's
Huh?
time.
Oh?
You must resume your role as a professor. You must teach people the ways
Oh.
of the Dragonlords.
Before or after the war?
Probably
After, I think so.
Ah. Then I will have to live through it.
During, of course. During.
Why would you go and
Me.
say something like that?
The
Major
Point
dead
of-
flag.
Aristonar says, you're going to take advantage of their ignorance to make sure they stay loyal to our cause. No,
I think that they need to be told
and
as well.
he's going to turn to the window and he's going to say, can you hear me? And then the siren nods her head, and then he just shakes his head like, geez. Sure, why not?
I think we just put it all out there and we let them know the dangers of spreading this information.
one of the things about understanding that divinity can be taken is that people with divinity are not infallible beings of pure correctness. They're just people with power.
Aristonar says, even Thylea.
That and the world. Thylea is not perfect, but she is the world.
Maya, for the first time, maybe in your whole life, you feel your Thylea piety go down.
Okay.
Yeah, I was always curious how Maya feels about the Thylea's too lazy to take her power back revelation.
Well, I mean,
She-
while everyone's truth bombing, you gonna just ask her, Mister Fuck the Gods? You gonna ask her? I mean, you got the room.
No, Maya understands that Thylea is not perfect, but she is the world.
I'm curious. Does Andronicus ask that in character?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay, all right.
Not right now.
All right. Some time has passed, and the doors open, and the sirens all head back in. But one of them cautiously says, "Mighty Aristonar, might we re-enter that we can discuss the battle that is happening?" And he says, "You may." And as she enters, she says, "Great Aristonar, your couch." And he says, "Yes, it is of poor craftsmanship if it could not support a dragon." She says, "It was originally here when the keep was discovered. We have maintained it for over 3 centuries." He says, "Well, nothing lasts forever." All right, so they re-enter and take their seats. Okay. Harpalos says, "We have processed these great secrets, and as we were flying around, the cool, thin air, tinged with the magic of the Nyx, cleared our minds, and we have a question for you. Would it not be dangerous for this information to be known to all? Many wars have been started throughout history in a quest for power."
Indeed, we thought it best to share the full story of the Dragonlords here, since you have been maintaining the history and this keep. But as you say, this information is dangerous, so it would be best for now if you maintain it a secret amongst your order.
Oh man! So no one but Maya sees the elation on this woman's face, because it doesn't change. But Maya, being of a similar breed of person, you see that she is over the moon at the opportunity to have a secret for her secret order to keep.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "We will guard this knowledge of divinity as part of our sacred oaths as Dragonlords."
Excellent. We've got Cyber.
Harpalo says, "I will return. I must beat some sense into those songsmiths." Heads outside. And
All right,
you hear the sounds of beating, because these people are very One Piece in how they treat youth.
Pulls off his sandal.
Yeah. Yeah, his sandal causes prone status, which is just basically instant death to flying creatures.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, Warren's taking over the network. All right, we hit him with the second truth bomb.
Yeah,
It sounds.
Which one is that
Yes.
It sounds like they're on board.
Which one is that one? Which one is that one?
That's the
The
one.
fall
That's
of- yeah.
Blue Pythor over there. That's the one.
Blue Pythor.
Well,
oh my
sorry,
goodness.
Blue Evil Pythor. Blue Evil Pythor.
Oh my goodness.
Pythor's a nice
How
guy.
dare you compare that animal to my uncle?
I was only going off
you
looks,
knew
all
what
right.
that statement meant to Kira.
I was only going off
Oh my
looks.
God.
I was only going off looks, all right. I wasn't going personality. I was only going off looks.
Okay. So, Hippodamia says, I'm ready to discuss the War Council.
Maybe we save that truth bomb for later.
As we discussed, we have 250 capable flyers.
Hmm. How quickly can they
It
get
has been
to...
difficult to maintain such a population. We are reaching a point where we are tempted to look for another sky island to expand further. We have had to dig into the rock of the island to expand, make more room, and the amount of skyfish it takes to feed our many war hippogriffs is staggering.
Hmm.
Fortunately, we have clerics that pray to Balmitria and receive blessings that they use to conjure food and drink. It sustains our population.
We don't know of any other sky islands, I don't think, but there... You do know of the Indigo Isles, there might be space to expand there.
And then she kind of catches herself and she says, and of course, Lord Bahamut as well.
Sorry, who?
And she says,
I'm sorry, who?
the god of dragons, of just and heroic dragons. The god of all dragons is Io.
I am so fucking curious about what Io thinks of Thylea. Like out of character question.
And she says, and we maintain a small shrine to Tiamat called Takahyasus in some text. The scaled conqueror, the goddess of dragons of ill intent and evil heart. Is this not known to you?
No.
Oh.
It is now, though.
Yeah, everyone's looking over
Thank
to
you.
Earth now. It seemed like that's something known to them.
You give me an insight on Aristar. He got his poker face on.
Oh, yeah, Oren's still exhausted.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oren, this dude has no idea. There's dragon gods? Crazy.
Yeah, well,
Maya, you could tell that he's putting on his cool ancient dragon persona. But there is a look of recognition to these names in his eyes.
Maya will say, yes, we haven't heard of them, but thank you for sharing. Now we know.
Seymour
you're-
tells Julian they said it wrong. It's Adamet. I don't know. Weird accent.
hmm.
Julian will think back over the network. It's not that big deal.
It's a big deal if you're a nerd.
And your
This must be
clerics are able to draw power from these dragon
Well,
gods.
It is interesting. Our prayers, or at least the prayers of our ancestors, were initially made to Io and Bahamut, and some, desperate for power, even prayed to Tiamat, but they received no blessings and no power. It was perhaps a happy accident that, seeking knowledge and wisdom, they thought to pray to the missing dragons, and prayers to Balmitria were actually answered.
Over the network.
Now we
I was
have
gonna-
many clerics and paladins in our order.
Yeah. Over the network, Maya's gonna say, Pact of Peace has ended, and Mitros, they're still getting power from Balmitria. I wonder. I know
Well,
she ascended.
It says
mean,
that
it's
it
been
said
for
that
a while, right?
she ascended. It said that she ascended to the celestial realms, though.
Yeah.
Like that
yeah,
she
to
became
like-
a
to
capital
like God
G.
for real.
Yeah, she became a
Mhm.
capital G god, not a lowercase g god, like all you clowns down here. So
It makes me wonder where So she can't be. Yeah, never mind. This is out of character.
Oh, are you thinking about the scythe again?
So no, she can't. She's got to be still like trapped within the crystal sphere or whatever of Thylea, even if she has a.
Well, Thylea's not in a crystal sphere; it's a demiplane.
Well, right. So she's got to be trapped still within like the demiplane of Thylea. Then, if the other gods aren't able to bestow anything, but she is.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting.
All right. So she looks around and says, "Well,
Yes. So I can, with a large enough tree, get maybe about 60 people through to Mitros.
okay. Well, that would
Um,
be 30 riders and the griffins then."
mhm. As a start, the question is whether we're going to release the Dwemer to actually move Skyhold. I'm feeling we probably shouldn't, as this can be a safe haven.
Indeed, I was.
She does seem a bit relieved at this train of thought. She says, "I am a bit relieved that you would say such things. We have many who are still young, infants, children, those still in training. Not to
Yes.
mention the elderly, the infirm, and everything in between. This is a community, not just an order built for war."
When we set out, we weren't sure what we were going to find here. We honestly expected it to be deserted. But you having a community here changes the way we consider.
Our ancestors left records that when they arrived, the entire place was overrun with Cyclopses.
Skyclopses.
Yes, winged Cyclopses.
Ah.
She
Big
shows you
thing.
a picture. It just looks like King Hippo from Punch Out with very small angel wings and one eye.
But there is a lot of intense battles to clear out the rooms of this keep.
Yes,
Or
our
like leans
ancestors
forward.
were desperate for a home, and they were tired from flying so high for so long. They knew that it was now or never. And she launched, because Siren, she launches into this incredible retelling of the story. And Orin, oh my god, what a dungeon, what an adventure! It was fucking crazy.
You're telling me it wasn't just a big one hydra in a pit of sand.
Yeah. Oh man, she says, no, there is a hydra in the basement that apparently the Dragonlords of old had as an emergency food source. But we felt that was inhumane, so we have released it back into the wild.
That's good.
Surely it was a last-ditch emergency effort. The Dragonlords would never do something so heinous as keep a living creature bound and tortured for who knows how long just to feed upon it. Not when they had magic to create their own food. Anyways, as she continues to tell you the story, man, whoo, it was wild. It was wild. The leader was a blemis, and he had 6 wings. He sort of looked like a biblical angel, and he breathed like a beam, like a laser beam out of his stomach mouth, that after it did radiant damage, there was a second strength-based saving throw because it would reverse the beam and vacuum you inside of itself. Whew, it's crazy. It's crazy. And she's got all these illustrations to show you, so it looks.
Let's set the
so
scrapbook. Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just following along.
And then she says, and then they found the great treasures of the Dragonlords, which we have used throughout the years to barter for the goods that we needed to restore the order and repair the keep. In truth, our treasury has dwindled as our population continues to rise, and we have repurposed all of the armor and weapons, and we use it in our order. And you look around, you see everyone does have much more Western European armor, but they have modified them to all have skirts, ooh la la, because you know that thigh window raises your armor class.
Very important.
She says, I'm sure we could find an extra suit of armor if you need one.
Yeah. You take a look at what you got, you know. Warren's like, he's like steepling his fingers, like.
All right, so yeah, she makes a note to get you or at least get you access to some of the available armory that they have.
Nice.
She says, I do see that you seem very well equipped with weapons of tremendous power. You must have many stories of your own adventures. And it looks like she's about to say, and I'd love to hear all of them, because Siren. But then she says, but we must focus on the task at hand.
Warren closes his mouth.
Queen Maya, first of your order, Queen of Themis. What should we do?
Well, I would say get your best fighters ready, your best war riders ready, so that we can.
My 30 finest knights and their mount will
so
assemble.
that we can.
How much time do we have? You guys, did you get any sleep last night, or were you up all night planning and stealing trees and setting up portals and making PowerPoint presentations?
We did take one long rest, so
okay.
I know that. Once we got back to the ship, right after going.
Yeah, we met with Narcissus in the middle of the day. Night.
No,
night.
We met with Helos at night because he was back home. We did the whole eat thing. We went to the beach to Antikytherian. We saw that time we take. We took the tree, went back to the ship, long rested.
Okay. So it's actually like a day ahead of where we are now. Okay. All right. I will take note of that. All right.
Yeah, as soon as we long rested, then we, had our PowerPoint presentation, and then came here.
Okay.
So I don't know how much time has passed since we've came here, but I guess we can tell them maybe how long would it take for you to get ready?
Oof. She says, well, how long does it take to embrace your destiny?
I'll give you 3 hours.
Probably about 2 to 3 hours.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. Everybody get some sleep, and then we go to war.
All right. So she goes to stand and she says, "Is there anything else I should know? Anything I should tell them to prepare for? Do you know what sort of forces we're up against? What will you have them do during the battle?"
We can gather that info.
Our goal here is to protect Mitros. Protect. So be ready to defend.
We have
the lives that
Oh god.
Be ready to defend the lives that you have the Dragonlords were meant to protect.
Okay, but she says but I'm asking for you're like a general. Like what are we gonna do?
We have forces within the city right now. We can contact them and get information while you prepare.
Yeah. In the 2 hours while you're preparing, we'll let you know.
All right. She says, wait, will we be facing enemy dragons in the air?
Possibly.
All right. And then, Pittacus looks kind of morose because she walked right past him when she said she was going to get her 30 greatest. It's just, oh.
Hey, there's always room in the tree, Pittacus.
Old Cross Eyes says to him, don't worry. Maybe next war. And he just shakes his head at her. This one hustles over, and she, I'm sorry guys, they're just sirens. They can't stop. They just gossip and talk all the time. And she says, well, I for one am glad I wasn't chosen. This sounds like a dangerous war, and these individuals, they're so strange. And then they just are just whispering away over there. Don't worry, Androcos, you can't hear the whispering because your mind is being
Yeah.
assaulted by the prayers of people. You may attempt a new wisdom saving throw. Sibo, you could feel him squeezing your hand harder. In a way, it reminds you of when you gave birth to your son through your anus.
Picture back.
Okay. Even with your assistance, Andronicos is reeling from the prayers. Apparently, there are people imperiled. They want to know, where are the gods? Where is Kyra? Give me the speed to escape my enemies. Give me the haste that I will need to get free of this town before it is burned to the ground. And so on and so forth. You also hear the prayers of people that say, give me courage. Give me an idea. Help me find a way to save my family. Help me find the courage to not flee from battle. And on and on and on.
That means aside on Luthier or hearing everybody else's prayers, that would be praying to the five right now.
Yeah.
Do you make them aware of your situation, Andronicos, or no?
Try to answer one of them.
Aw.
What
Okay.
happens?
You just grab at a random prayer in your mind. But with your 15, you are just unable to hold on to it. It slips through your, I guess, mental fingers. Awash in the sea of desperate prayers that assail you. To the everyone else at the table, it just looks like Andronicos is having a stroke. Like his eyes are unfocused, his four gills, his four sets of gills are just going, and he's just squeezing Sibo's hand really hard with his 20 strength score. Your hand is sort of a purplish blue color, Sibo.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stumble my way
He
over
drags you across the floor.
to Aristonar.
All right.
Andronicus, you smell burnt toast.
As you approach, Aristonar settles into the pile of broken couch. He looks at you and says,
Narcissus, the voices. What do you do?
I listened, and I answered.
I want to, but I can't.
He stares at you with sort of a smug look on his face, and he says, learn. And then the gossip squad, the gossip intensifies. Did you hear? He called him Narcissus. Yes, didn't you listen? Aristonar is Narcissus. And then it's just back and forth. Cyver, feeling left out, approaches these people and says,
well, I was the Prince of Fire Island before that guy killed my parents and took me captive.
And they're like, oh! And they look over at you, Andronicos, like you are the worst person in the whole world. Look at the scowl. Look at this. Oh, she can't believe it. And then Cyber
Your
begins
father
to
was
tell.
a tyrant king, and your award for your own well-being. It's
All right,
different.
Cyber begins to tell his version of the Fire Island arc.
Oh, that's gonna be gnarly.
Cadmus and Callius love his telling of the story, so they go to help him out. He has sound effects, like the whole deal. So, all right.
Ward will turn to Sibo. Say, Sibo, you get in contact with Elise or Nessa. See how things are in Mitros. They've arrived yet?
Yes, I will check in with Nessa.
Is Nessa on the boat?
Hey, boo.
Okay,
She's on the boat. Yeah.
She says, "Hey, we're still sailing the boat. How's it going up there? Were there any Skyclopses?"
No, I didn't. I don't think I've seen
Ah.
any of those.
They're like a
Reception.
No, nothing.
Was that? Sorry, I don't know if that was me that cut out or.
Oh,
Cut out for
that-
me too.
I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah. She says, "Yeah, they're like a Cyclops with wings." Katya was telling me about them.
Oh yeah, then definitely I did not see any.
Oh wow, what kind of horrible things have you had to face up there? Was there a Hydra? There's always a Hydra, isn't there?
They said there was one in the basement, right? Is that what they said was down there?
Well, they had found
Yeah, they
one, but
released
they
one.
released it.
Oh, no.
Oh wow,
no,
dude.
Yeah.
What are you even doing up there, man?
We're revealing all the secrets of the world.
Oh, well, not the thing about the divinity, though, right?
Yeah, we definitely did that.
Do you think that was a good idea?
Only time will tell.
Oh. All right. Yeah, it's pretty chill out here. We haven't seen any other ships. We haven't been attacked by any sea monsters, but it's real slow going though. It's like we cannot seem to get the wind to work for us, and all the currents seem to be reversed. It's pretty bad. Moxena's very upset.
Well, that's not good. So what are you doing to try to help her out with that? And I'm just gonna have that conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you call on a business call that very quickly turns into a personal call.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it. So you guys just see him smiling at his book, chuckling, writing something down, chuckling, writing something down, smiling.
Wait, are you talking to Nessa through the book, or is she on the network?
Meanwhile, his not.
Yeah, network.
So
Yeah,
you're just talking to her on the network?
Yeah,
Oh my
network,
goodness.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you're all except for Andronikos have to listen to this very domestic, lovey-dovey conversation.
No, you hang up first. No, you.
Oh my god.
He says, "Hey man, we never have to hang up."
I know, right? It's so good.
Sibo, can you let Alice know in the book, like, what's going on, so we can figure out how we're gonna let her know that we have a group of siren Dragonlords that might be able to help on.
Yeah.
Warcraft?
Did you say Valis?
Yes, Valis.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I gotta go, Nessa.
Okay, I'll be here if you need to chat or whatever, man. So,
Yeah. I'll call later.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Talk to you later, Nessa.
Oh, I mean, we could still talk if you want. How's it going, Queen Maya? It sounds like nothing cool happened in your dungeon.
Well, it's not a dungeon. Apparently, there's a bunch of Dragonlord loving sirens that live here. And
I'm
so when
gonna
we
be
showed-
honest. I definitely did not see that coming.
Neither did us. I think Oren is a little upset about it, but it's okay.
War's like, no, this is better. We have allies.
Oren, we've been talking about this. There's more healthy ways to find joy than through violence.
No, I'm happy.
No,
But who wants
think
to
about
go to the most dangerous dungeon in Thylea?
Yeah, why? You know what? Why don't you show your new friends your chariot?
Oh, I have. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're actually inside of a war room right now, and he's sitting
Oh,
in his
that's
chariot
probably
in a chair.
nice. Okay.
But
Cool.
Valis just said thanks for letting me know.
All right. So what? Yeah. What message did you send to Val?
just what Maya suggested, that what we have, what we're bringing.
Okay.
We're on our way. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Valis
what would be
says.
best?
So the reply that you get reply you get in your book was, so the reason you're not here defending the city is because you found a way into Skyhold?
Maya, she's mad.
We came here to find. We were gonna take us 5 days to get to.
So Maya, are you
Mythos.
just standing next to him as his hand is
Oh, no,
squeezed into hamburger?
No,
and-
I'm, no,
Oh,
I'm,
over the
this
network.
is
Oh,
on
okay,
the
over the
network.
network. Okay. All right.
He's gonna say, tell her that Sidon was waylaying the ship, so it's gonna take us 5 days to get there.
5
So,
days. That's ridiculous. Didn't you put special gold rims on it or something?
yes, and now that the Pact of Peace is ended, he's full blown trying to stop us. So we went to Skyhold. We're gonna try and find something that would help us.
Skyhold.
Yes.
How were there Skyclopses?
No. There's a bunch of. Didn't Sibo say that in the first message?
I always said it to Nessa, I did not tell Valis that there were no Skyclops.
No traps
No.
or loot or anything.
No, a group of
Are
sirens.
you saying that also, Sibo?
All
Yes,
gathered
yes,
around.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
She says,
Group of-
no, there were definitely traps. We definitely had plenty of traps.
Oh, they already took care of them. The sirens.
Wait,
so-
how did you get in? It's hidden by a 10th ranked Dwemer.
Corinna. It has the bloodline of the Dragonlords and has the key. And we have the key now from Helios.
There's still a key. Helios. You just see all
Oh, yeah.
all capital letters.
The book actually
Exclamation mark!
shakes in my hands.
Exclamation mark. It gets very cold. The book gets very cold in your hands, and it's just all caps, many exclamation marks and question marks. Helios had a key to Skyhold.
Yes.
I see. That's what you get in reply.
All right. So yes, we have a group. We have a group of about 35 sirens that have been training based off of history of the Dragonlords with war griffins that will be coming to Etros.
Sirens? Griffins? What?
She does not seem impressed. I don't know. Do we want to lie
They're-
to her? Can we lie to her at this point and tell her?
Wait.
No.
You see, are you telling me that the ancient sky fortress of Skyhold has been taken over by squatters and they're playing at being Dragonlords? And now they're going to fly griffins instead of dragons into battle? In our defense.
Hmm.
You just see dot 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 dot. I didn't see that one coming.
Me neither.
Should I tell her that they changed their names to the Griffin Lords of Thylea? Do you want me to tell her that? Just to, maybe ease.
I mean, you could. I mean, you're right in the book, Sibo. You can say stuff if you want to say stuff.
Nessa says, I don't know if she's really in the mood for those kind of, like her sister's been taken away and her divinity and her city's under attack, man. I don't know.
So, in about 2 hours, we will see if we'll show up with some extra reinforcements. I'm not sure how good it would be, but we'll be there soon. How did everybody else show up? We did send a group ahead of time.
Okay. She says, yes, your allies arrived safely, but the city is already under siege. They're doing everything they can to help push back the attackers, but I don't know how long we can hold the city. Sidon has brought a nearly insurmountable force. And now-
himself, if only we had 500 years to prepare for this, but he doesn't say it.
Because you thought it to yourself, it went over the network, and then Sibo gets it. And Sibo writes
Not
it.
everything
And
everyone
see,
thinks.
I,
is
I,
it.
I immediately start writing it.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, okay.
I just thought, Andronic's grappling with a lot in his mind. He might be outgoing, ingoing, it's hard to tell.
Okay, that's fair. Do you want me to roll for this?
We're gonna roll. Oh no, roll for rude thought to Valis.
I mean, Valis is not on the network. Sibo's writing.
Yeah, but Sibo's he's a historian.
Yeah, as soon as I hear that there's a conversation going on that I'm supposed to be dictating, I'm writing everything.
He's like a
What are you, like You're like a
courtroom.
stenologist or
Yeah.
whatever? Or-
Yeah, it
Oh my
reminds me
God.
of that time my mom divorced my dad through letter, and I had to write it out for her.
Oh my God.
And then when he replied back that that he didn't want to with a counter argument, like it was like a 3-week long.
This is SIBO we're talking
separation.
about, right? This is
Yes,
SIBO?
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
SIBO,
All
yeah,
right,
SIBO.
all right, all right.
Back in Noriande.
Okay. All right. I will leave it to your discretion if you throw that in there, but it would be pretty important to the storyline moving forward if you do. So you tell me.
If I say what Andronicus is thinking,
Just,
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Oh god.
you tell me, Andronicus, did it come across while I was dictating word for word?
Son of a-
Apparently it did.
It came through. Yep.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. Then you see ... I see Andronicus is still alive then.
I tried to cover it up. Oh, sorry, that I meant to write. I hope we get another 500 years to.
I'm
Okay,
glad
great.
that you have time for japes and jackassery as the city of Mitros burns and thousands of people die. My sister was a fool in many ways, but perhaps none more than putting her faith in you.
This is exactly like when my mom.
No. Orin's like, all right, we gotta go find a tree. We can array.
There's one outside.
We need to array the reinforcements around the tree, like in Andronicus' diagram.
We'll be there soon, Valis.
There is no reply.
Yeah. Okay. I closed the book slowly.
It will. It just rolls over.
All right, let's go get set up on that tree.
He rolls out. Oh, excuse me.
So at this point, I could turn off the walls. That's why they were off from in storage. There we go.
I think it's the grand tour.
Wham. There you go. Awesome.
Wow.
Now you can see these adorable baby hippogriffs. Oh my god. Oh my god. So cute. Alright.
I like the ones that have cowlicks.
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, are those
these
ears?
guys. These guys.
Is that a
Oh
ear
no,
or
those
cowlick?
those are cowlicks.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
cowlicks. Yeah.
Hippogriff, man.
And before we leave
So this
Skyhold,
is horse and bird instead of cat and
Yeah,
bird.
it's a hard mount to get in WoW, I gotta say.
and before we leave Skyhold, and we can't double back, there anything of value's been accessed.
Yeah, so they've
by...
been here for they've been here for 300 years, man.
Well, I mean, they were surprised by a key. I didn't know if there was like some super secret vault stash or something that could only be specifically accessed by by someone who is of the blood of.
No, see the treasurer of the Dragonlords, he made off with all the good treasure when he defected. You guys may have met. You guys may have met him at one point during your adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like gold?
Oh, my feet gave us the key the whole time.
So basically, they repurposed all of the dragon saddles that were here into hippogriff saddles. So that's what those items are being used for. And then let's see. The leaders in their order wear the crowns of the Dragonlords, which are honestly not that great. They let you cast Bond of the Dragonlords and Dirge of the Dragonlords, but you know they're really just for ceremonial purposes. Let's see. I mean they do have burnished Dragonlord coins, like the ones that
Those let you speak
they
Draconic?
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I want to ask if we can get one of those.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh, they're like, we have so many here. Please take them.
Wow, I just did the one.
Okay.
He's listening to like Cyber like talk, and he's like, "Wow, a lot ruder than I imagined." I assume
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really-
in Draconic, he's really a potty mouth. Like he's way worse. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they have anything else. I mean, really, they don't have anything that's not used or accounted for. They're reaching like population overload. They're getting to the point where they're having to make like tough choices about like, do we tell people like it's time to go? You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna throw the old people off the edge or anything, but I mean, yeah, there's only so much space.
They just slowly pull back on the social programs until they get the idea.
Oh, dang, bro, dang. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, they have essentially like weapons and armor that are a mishmash of sort of Western design and Greek design. So if you were looking cosmetically to upgrade, you could. If you wanted to pull rank and use celebrity status and be like, you there, give me that cool magic dragon scale armor, I mean, you could probably do that.
Now he just takes
I mean, I know someone would for sure.
he just gets a spare set of the wings from the helmet and slaps them on the chariot.
Oh, nice. Oh man. So this girl who never gives you her name, she definitely goes and gets you wings to put on your chariot.
Nice.
Yeah.
He asks
She says, I can't help but notice that chariot has room for 2 passengers.
yes, typically I put Sibo, the short bearded one in.
Ah, the husband of the fishman. They have been holding
Indeed.
hands the entire time. It warms my heart to see such open affection.
Yes, they are inseparable, those two.
Mm.
Comrades
And when
in
you
arms
first
and other.
arrived, he was riding on the larger man's back. It was adorable.
Yes, they're quite protective of each other.
Then she kind of stares at you and stares at the chariot that has room for 2 passengers.
Oh yeah, he pops open the side door, says hop on.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, so she hops in, go for a ride. She explains to you that she was not chosen to go to war, and she is ashamed. But there are so many talented warriors and riders that she understands it must have been a hard decision to make.
Yeah, you'll say there's no shame in not being the first pick of the initial strike force. This will be a prolonged conflict, and it'll be good to ensure that Skyhold is safe for the future.
Okay, yeah, that seems that's the kind of stuff they would tell you in hoplite training. So yeah, she would.
You heard it a lot,
Yeah.
So, Crash, quick question.
Yeah.
What level of one of these hippogriffs? Well, I guess no. Okay, are these hippogriffs considered beasts? Or monsters?
They are monstrosities.
All right, never mind then. See
All
if I can
right.
upgrade my flying thing, because I feel like we might need that in this.
I mean, there's some skyfish flying by. You could study the skyfish.
What level are the skyfish? 'Cause that covers how long it takes.
like level 1/4.
All right, it takes half an hour for me to learn them then.
But
I'll learn it.
they fast as hell though.
Yeah, I'll learn one. Yeah.
They faster
I
than
can-
a peacock.
Yes.
Yes.
They have a flight speed of 90.
Oh
Yes, I'll take
my
that.
god, that's crazy.
It takes, if they're half, then it takes me 30 minutes to learn them.
Okay. They explain to you that using 4 hippogriffs and a net, they actually find schools of flying fish, and then they, in formation, scoop them up.
All right.
Warren's he's gonna ask the anarchistic, say, what sort of combat or training regimens do your people go through? Just kind of get a feel for the experience levels of the 30 people we're bringing to kind of better get an idea of where to put them at Mitros.
You get the sense that they're, equivalent to like 9th level characters.
Okay.
With their abilities, and that the hippogriffs are not the wimpy hippogriffs that you normally see. They are war hippogriffs, so they are stronger and more hardy than the breeds of hippogriffs you have seen in your limited exposure to hippogriffs. These definitely
Right.
seem to be of a tougher stock.
You'll consider that, and
They even have a recharge reaction called Rear Kick.
Oh,
If a creature ends its turn within 5 feet of the hippogriff and is visible to the hippogriff, they can attack with their hooves as a reaction. Recharge is on a 4 or higher.
oh man, it's got a recharge
That's 50% of the time.
Man, it's pretty nice. Yeah, Warren will think with the SIBO network, say, we should probably make it clear to the commanding officer of the force joining us that we want them to accompany us to the palace to meet the leadership there rather than sending them straight out. We don't know what sort of forces Sidon's brought to bear, and sending 30 of these people that are, while well trained, are somewhat untested in combat. Sending them straight out might be a poor use of resources.
Bebo, who all is in your book? And can they contact you, or do you have to initiate contact?
I actually don't know that part.
Okay.
But it's Valis, Vulcan, Julian, the lady at Themis. Where's my?
Now this isn't Book of Ancient Secrets, is it? That's the one that gives you spells, right?
No, this is Farscribe.
Farscribe. All right, new page appears in your Book of Shadows. With your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on that page, which contains a number of names equal to your proficiency bonus. You can cast the sending spell. Okay. Without using a spell slot and without using material components. To do so, you must write a message on the page. So yeah, you have to initiate it. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's Clemene, Julian, Vulcan, Valis, Nessa.
Okay. All right.
Now that we have proficiency 5, you can get one more, right?
No,
That's
that was
true.
5. That was 5.
Oh, was it 5?
Okay. Okay.
All right. So we are at time. But there is good news, I think. Hold on.
Level 15.
Let me check.
Well, Julian has completed his
Look at this guy.
his bingo card.
I already updated it, so hopefully you don't make me undo it.
Oh man!
No,
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I mean, listen. If
Oh,
you
yeah, this was
if you
your-
do
your
some of the things I got up to today as a DM, like making you undo your level up is pretty low on the list of crimes I've committed today.
What happened in
see.
Daybreak?
That was pretty bad.
Oh, geez.
So
That was not great.
accessing Skyhold is a milestone in this campaign.
Nice.
All right, and Julian, you do complete your epic path.
You are now truly
Nice.
Titan.
So let me double check what your boon is. These boons were not equitably designed. I'm gonna put that out there. Let's see. I dare say I dare say the paths themselves were not equitably designed. Some of you, I think, are having a pretty rough time with them. Let's see. Where is it? God, such a big book. Almost there. All right, the gifted one. Meeting the Oracle, Whispering Thing, Wisdom of Valence, Dragoning, Fortress of the Dragonlords. All right, yeah. So your divine boon. If you are ever killed, like completely killed, like for real killed, you will disintegrate. That's fun.
what a bonus.
But then, like a fucking Time Lord, you will true resurrect. This will only happen once.
But that means you'll lose all your equipment when you disintegrate, right?
Oof.
No, it just
That's-
says you disintegrate, right? Like, it doesn't
yeah,
say
we'll say that
what-
all your gear falls on the ground, but that's really embarrassing then, because like then you're naked. If this happens in the middle of a fight, now you're naked. You got to put all your stuff back on.
I mean,
It's like
it's
a-
not
it's
the
like a
first
win.
time Julian's been naked in an awkward position.
Yeah, like
but-
that's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
Wednesday.
But
All right, fair enough.
Julian's an artificer. He could just, one action equip his armor, right?
Oh, true,
Yeah.
true. Okay, well, that's the situation. That's your divine boon.
Wait, they built in Iron Man putting your armor on into the class?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's fun.
yeah. So he has his regular Iron Man suit. Now he's got his mobile Hulkbuster armor. So he's really like living that dream right there. All right. So congratulations. Maybe it was worth the detour.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Shame about the Skyclopses. Sure hope Silent doesn't run any of those in the Metros.
Yes, the endangered species, the Skyclops, that because there were so few Sky Islands, they had to live in Skyhold, but then they were slaughtered by the Siren settlers. Yes, those Skyclopses.
Yeah, the Sirens are endangered too, so maybe it's...
Yeah, it's
they-
fair. Like it's the circle of life.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that brings us to the close, I guess, of this particular arc. Congrats on defeating one of the toughest super dungeons in the entire campaign. And then now, I guess, you are on the cusp of joining a battle that is already underway. After alienating a powerful ally and leader of the city. So it's a good start.
Oh man,
Right.
if only I had 500 years to plan to not do that.
Hey man, it's a bit more complicated, but all right.
We were the plan. God's plan.
It's like I feel like IRL, you'd be mad at the leadership of America for letting America turn into the absolute shithole that it turned into.
Oh,
Like-
don't worry, I fucking am.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
I was about to say it ain't easy to lead a nation when people are as stupid as people are. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, you got big titty Lutheria and muscle daddy Sidon like posters and statues everywhere, and like they're like supposed to worship them, and like everybody's talking about peace, and it's really hard to be like, hey, general population, maybe we should all be ready to go to war with these guys that we require you to pay worship to. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is a hard sell, a weird vibe. So
Well, obviously, the first step is lie about everything about them.
Well, if you hadn't blown up the tower, you guys would have been able to find a copy of the oath, and then you'd know exactly what was going on in there. But
That's
you know,
tough.
it's all good.
Maybe they got enough spare in yonder.
Man. Anyways,
I mean, we
continue
could
this.
just ask Damon at this point.
Fair. I think he's got a lot on his plate right now. So you guys will continue this next week. If you are interested on Sunday afternoons, as long as I can find 4 or 5 willing participants, I am planning to run Dragonbane. We played the first session today, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It's definitely 5e enough that you'll understand everything that's going on, but also more brutal and more punishing than Curse of Strahd Isekai or Glyph's Darker Dungeons. So if you're like, man, I want some real old school flavor, like not just Glyph's Darker Dungeon, not just Curse of Strahd Isekai, I want the real old school flavor. You can find it there for sure. Yeah. There is a skill check to sleep, and if you fail, you don't gain the benefits of sleeping. It's rough. So if you're like, man, that sounds fun, we'll be running that on Sunday afternoons. That's the only announcement I have. Does anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
Nothing here.
All right, then I will see you guys on the Discord, and we'll continue next week. Night, guys.
All right, thanks for the game. Thanks everybody for watching. Come back next time for Battle of Mitros. Maybe.